car war zone. Powered by two 3.6-volt batteries, the legs can move up and down, and the rear wheels traverse laterally. It has a zero turning circle and a 12-inch cutting disc at the front. It took 6 weeks to build.
Robot ears, stand by.
Groundhog, driven by Graham Bone and Alex Mordue.
The robot is actually powered by 4 of these cordless drill motors, which are situated in the legs there. And these go through angle grinder gearboxes into the wheels. We've got normal wheels at the front which go forwards, we've got wheels at the back which drive forwards but will slip sideways. We've got a cordless lawnmower motor at the front which will power a 12-inch cutting disc.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So here come the two 19-year-olds with Groundhog, this ground-breaking robot. Plenty of ground clearance over the spikes. Ooh, not the best of directions. In comes Kill-A-Lot. For the kill, perhaps. Spiking down on Groundhog. There goes those innovative wheels. Spinning.
Guys, tell me about these wheels, because you've actually patented these wheels, haven't you?
Yeah, we've put an application in for the patent. We've got these rollers on the wheel. So as soon as you drive forwards, you've got traction against the edge of the rollers. But as soon as you go sideways, the rollers move. So there is a lot of innovation going on within robot wars, yes.
So it's a breeding ground for new technology?
Definitely, yes. It's the way forwards.
Or sideways?
Seems a really good idea to me. But they're going nowhere. As Kill-A-Lot comes in, oh, it plucks up Groundhog so effortlessly. Turns and twists, ready for the kill. No! They've killed Kill-A-Lot! He's been dragged to the ground! This never happened before! This is the king of the house robots! This is unbelievable! Just waiting to come down on Groundhog, and Groundhog pulled Kill-A-Lot with them! And they love it! We've waited for that all series! Marvellous stuff!
That was pretty stunning, wasn't it?
Wasn't too bad.
Well, he picked you up and started posing.
Yeah, and then he fell over.
Yeah, he just lost his balance. So how do you think you're done, though? Because you sort of got stuck at the side of the seesaw, didn't you?
Well, we are, but it looks like he's a bit ill there at the moment. He's leaking.
He's not letting go of you, though, have you seen that? No. He's got you for keeps.
He has, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Groundhog.
That big session on the engine oil for Kill-A-Lot last night was too much. But Groundhog, is that too little at 4.4 metres?
Well done! Let's shake your hands. How does that feel, you heroes?
Feels great. Feels very good. Yeah, the clap helps.
Was it an accident, though?
Yeah, yes.
3, 2, 1, activate.
A goalkeeper with a flamethrower and a fullback with tusks. You wouldn't want to fall back on Matilda, would you, at any stage? This is good work in there immediately, though, by Loco! Loco scores! They're through! They'll be removed from the arena for the next round. Gives you some size of the scale of things here and the weight of Loco.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Wizard nearest the ball. In comes Cassius. Wizard almost toppled by Matilda. Cassius in possession. Rex Garrett's put that scoop on the front look to control the ball. Rex, the goal's this way. Rex, the goal is this way. This way, Rex. Floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. Matilda in there. Slow progress by Rex Garrett. He's using the touchline boards. Matilda in there. Surely that's a foul tackle, referee. Matilda doesn't know the meaning of the word foul. Chasing Cassius away. Groundhog there in the middle of your picture. Steady work by Cassius, and in the end rewarded, yes! Rex Garrett's through. 3 left.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Sting, Groundhog, and the Wizard. Great hat. Matilda in on Sting. Sting actually looks to have some sort of a problem there. As Matilda coming in, they don't seem to be able to get away from the prongs. Waltzing Matilda. There's young Matthew. Matthew Barker, David Barker, and Ian Pritchard making the 2. Oh, magnificent! Great balls of fire! What on earth's happened? Bashes towards the ball. This is chaos. This is wonderful stuff. In on Wizard. Sting actually is completely immobilized. Wizard taking punishment from the house robots. Groundhog is still moving. Wizard's still moving as well. Sting is completely stopped. Here's Groundhog, you see. Oh, I wouldn't go near that charcoal lump that was the football. Hot stuff even for Matilda. Matilda dancing to hot stuff. Now there's a thought. Pushing Groundhog away, trying to tilt and get underneath Groundhog. Sting's finished. Groundhog's finished. Wizard's finished, and the judges are going to have to do something here to sort it all out. Let's have a look at the key moments again. This was the end of Sting very early on, the first to go. Matilda made sure of that. Then the torch on Wizard. They hate the hat. They think it's posy. Groundhog still moving until that moment there. Goes to the judges.
Well, the game has been abandoned. There was too much violence on the pitch, not on the terraces, but on the pitch. I have a judge's decision, and Sting is eliminated.
It's a gunfight in the Robot Wars corral. Our two gunslingers.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Must be plumb loco to go into that arena. The deadly shootout under the sun. It's Loco and it's Groundhog. Loco just edging Groundhog. Out towards... Ooh, there's the spinning disc. Did you see that? Out towards Shunt in the PPZ, the Perimeter Patrol Zone. That's where our house robots rule. Get out of there, Groundhog. Get out of there. Big ground clearance there. 35-centimeter ground clearance. No help when you're pinned in, though, by Shunt. Not good control. They must get out of there quickly. There's Dead Metal with the circular sword. There's Matilda. Oh, they're in terrible trouble here. And finally towards the pit and down and out for Groundhog. Simply couldn't get away from the house robots.
Take the platform.
From Hartford, Crash Nasher.
Can Smasher and Basher with a Swedish Air Force rescue saw and a 4-pound sledgehammer. It destroyed the pickup family barbecue in practice. Now the house robots want to haul you over the coals.
We're the Crasher Nasher team. I'm Mike, this is Jack and Tom. Crasher Nasher is a mutant robot shark, hardwired for aggression. The main weapon is an emergency cut-off sword. It cuts people out of crashed aeroplanes. And at the back, it's a hammer tail shark. It's got a sledgehammer that swings round and really crashes into the opposition.
From Durham, Firestorm.
Two old school friends from the Groundhog team in the last series return with one motor from a lawnmower, another from a cordless drill, a flipping Shremek arm, hardened aluminium shell, and Firestorm is smoking.
I'm Graham Bowen.
And I'm Alex Mordue.
And this is our robot Firestorm. It's a wedge-shaped robot, runs at 36 volts, and it's got on go-kart tyres. It's got 3 main weapons. It's got these belts on the front, where you're going to need someone, the belt to pull them up onto the arm, and the arm will push them over. The arm will also self-right us, so if we get tipped over, we can flip ourselves back over. We've also got this spike at the back.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Crasher Nasher, the pickup team. Little Jack's a Manchester United fan, so's his cousin Tom Duggan, and Firestorm,
3,
Graham Bone
2,
and Alex Mordue.
1. Activate.
The controls of Firestorm, a wedge-shaped robot slamming into Crasher Nasher, turning the shark up and over. Hardly a minnow, Firestorm, or you wouldn't expect this sort of damage against a shark. Against the arena wall, a great cloud of smoke from somewhere. Look at this, power and pace, bang! The shark is bitten and bitten badly. Crasher Nasher, nashed up, I should think. Bashed up, certainly. And there's nothing left in that. In comes Bash, hauling the shark away to the depths of Robot Wars oblivion. The camera on Dead Metal, the saw of Dead Metal. The punishing, squeeze ability of the house robots on Crasher Nasher. Firestorm, good driving by Alex Mordue, fine power. There again, slicing through the little wheel of the Crusher Nasher team. Dead metal.
Cease.
Off comes the wheel. Well, the most lethal thing they normally do is play badminton. They're more dangerous here. The poor kids. Oh, the young lads are out. Two good robots, two experienced teams. Firestorm, Graham Bone and Alex Mordue. And there's the Facet boys, Mike Rickard, Mike Smith and Charles Lavery. Rickard loves his white water rafting.
Stand by.
The currents are strong out there on the arena floor. Facet.
3.
There the Firestorm.
2.
Hopes of Graham and Alex.
Activate.
The vivid yellow and red colours. The speed, though, of Facet is frightening. And also that front lifting hydraulic ramp in underneath Firestorm. Yawning mouth opens. That, I think, could be its Achilles heel as well as a yawning mouth. There's Firestorm in underneath Facet there. Two very speedy robots. The Facet up to 48 miles an hour. We simply have never seen anything as quick as this before. And there the great lifting ramp, but Firestorm has a streamer. It can self-right itself, as well as flip. Does so. Turns to come in again. It's a real feature of this series of Robot Wars. All credit to Rex Garrard, who invented it in the last series, the streamer, the self-righting mechanism. Up and over Firestorm, ready to do battle again. Prodding against Facet. Two similar wedge shapes again. How many robots have we seen come through the pitch with wedge shapes this series? The levering arm of Firestorm, less powerful than that of Facet, it has to be said, but pushing up against the arena wall. Now look at this. They're on their side and too close to the arena wall, but not close enough to get the great levering ramp to self-right themselves. And I think Facet have been done here by Firestorm, and it's a question now of whether the house robots will do Firestorm. And in comes Kill-A-Lot. Oh, and there's the damage I thought might happen. The great yawning mouth of Facet, too wide. And in comes Kill-A-Lot with that penetrating lance. He's on fire.
Cease.
And Facet beaten.
Stand by.
Custom. Good word for Diotor today. Their robot pulled apart by the customs. They put it together again. And look, more fur after the fire of the Heat semi-finals. There, of course, the Firestorm boys against them.
1. Activate.
The Dubliners done well to repair Diotor. It's got the little trophy from the Steel Avenger, the Feather Duster as well. And immediately Firestorm trying to lever Diotor up and over. Where do they get all this polka dot fur from? I know one of the team members, Zulu, Kerem Byrne, they rip and wears red and black fluffy underpants as well. Maybe he's got a secret store. He'll need something, certainly, because Diotor's up and over. The judges look on. They'll be impressed by that sudden attack from Firestorm. And there, the lifting mechanism flicks Diotor up and over. Diotor, of course, has its own hydraulic arm. Now onto the flame pit. The lick of flame. The smile obliterated. The dead metal camera records it all. Once again, the splendid entertainers from Dublin's fair city are left feeling hot under the collar, and Firestorm about to take on Dead Metal. Dead Metal sparking away there. Metal being burnt. The fur flickers, but not the life force inside Diotor, I'm afraid. Kill-A-Lot to finish it off with a coup de grace, perhaps. In goes the lance. In underneath the lifting mechanism of Diotor, enabling Kill-A-Lot to lift it, hoist it, and push it towards, well, Bash wants some fur. That's just getting cold out there. Now is the winter of Diotor's discontent, certainly, if it is a wee bit chilly on the arena floor. The Firestorm boys look on. And I think we're about to see the mighty arena flipper. Diotor righted. It's not all right. It's all gone wrong for the boys of Dublin. What a story, but Firestorm worthy winners.
Roboteers, stand by.
Firestorm, will it be going for a thong after this one? With Graham Bone and Alex Mordue. And Pitbull, the Growler, with Ivor and Charlie Binns from the Suicidal Tendencies team. And Pitbull quickly away. Can get up to 15 miles an hour. Firestorm's still the quicker And with a sharper turning circle, but look at the sharp teeth of Pitbull grabbing hold of Firestorm. And this could be the first surprise of the semi-finals. Firestorm regarded in the pits as a complete robot, with fine weaponry, good technical ability too. There's Matilda waiting to get into the action. Leaving eyes, but Pitbull being rock and rolled here by the arena spike, and still managing to hold on to Firestorm with those gnashing teeth. Now Firestorm away. Lucky break there. Firestorm on the attack now. Lots of robots in this series with that wedge shape. You can see superficial damage to the side of Firestorm created by Pitbull. PTO. Please turn over. And can the barrel-shaped Pitbull now roly-poly up and over? How ironic it was. Behemoth was beaten by Pitbull because Behemoth was knocked up and over by an arena spike. And the same fate now has befallen Pitbull. And I'm not too sure whether either can right this machine now. We said all along, always likely to be rolled, and in come the house robots. Irony, irony. Well, here's old Iron Knees, dead metal. And in goes the circular saw on Pitbull, slicing in to the cold flanks of the dead doggy. And Kill-A-Lot there as well. And this really now a warning to any of the other semi-finalists up and coming. The house robots here mean business. Pitbull is finished. It means Firestorm survived this round. Onto the flame pit, Pitbull. Hot dog. Onions, onions, ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard. Kill-A-Lot wants it all. Poor old Pitbull. PTO. Are you sure? Look at this for the tenacity of a Pitbull. It's beaten and still wants a little nip in the tail of Kill-A-Lot. Well done. That's splendid stuff. Back again. Well done, Ivor. Kim Davis and Michael Davis. Michael, you are a BSRP, a backseat robot here. Pain criticising your dad's driving. Graham Bone and Alex Mordue in the Firestorm team. And there is Firestorm. There is Alex Mordue at the controls. And of course, Panic Attack, the reigning champions.
2, 1, activate.
Good old battle this, you know. Panic Attack so steady. They spin to try and throw opponents off the scent. Firestorm nudging Panic Attack towards a CPZ. And that is poor driving by Kim to get in there, because you go in the CPZ and a house robot like Bash there can grab hold of you and punish you. And Panic Attack being lifted by Firestorm. Firestorm there on the right. A clash of reds and yellows out there. Splendidly coloured. Panic Attack's main weapon, of course. Those front spikes. Firestorm driving in. Now the spikes underneath Firestorm. Firestorm just getting away, though. And don't forget, we've seen opponents of Panic Attack foolishly riding up on the side of the reigning champions and being flipped up and over so far. Firestorm on the attack once again with the wedge and the lifting arm sticking out there. Comes out with great speed, but something's been bent on the front there of Firestorm. I don't know if you notice it. The armour flat there, and I think that will prevent the wedge getting in underneath Panic Attack. But Panic Attack flipped up by the arena spike in underneath. Firestorm goes. You can see the bent front of Firestorm, but Panic Attack on its side now. Out on the arena wall, bouncing down. Has its own arms to push itself off the arena. There's Panic Attack. Now pushing on Firestorm again. Ooh, in towards Kill-A-Lot with the lance protruding. Kim Davis is doing everything he possibly can to drive Panic Attack into the troubled zones here. Wonder what damage has been sustained by Firestorm. You can see its crumpled front. Panic Attack in trying to push Firestorm into Kill-A-Lot has caused itself problems again. Firestorm side on, but Panic Attack, that's good steering by Kim to prevent Firestorm coming inside on. They have the old CPZs, these two, don't they? I think it's cat and mouse here, trying to drag each other into the corner control zones. Panic Attack now in underneath Firestorm, which has shown very quick reactions and speed around the arena. And again, quickly away. Time ticking down, though. It needs a fast finish, otherwise it's going to go to the judges and marks on control, style, damage, and aggression.
Cease.
Well, they both set the stage alight, but one team are going to go out in a blaze of glory while our judges are making a decision. Let's look at the highlights.
Watch for aggression here, then. Firestorm pushing Panic Attack on to bash the house robot. Also look for damage sustained. Look for controlled driving. Panic Attack, wayward and sluggardly there on the arena floor. Again, more aggression from Firestorm. A little bit of damage sustained to Panic Attack. Style on the arena floor. Who was the more stylish of the two robots? I don't have to decide. The judges, of course, do.
It's a unanimous decision, and it goes to Firestorm!
Roboteers, stand by.
And it's Chaos 2 against Firestorm. They're the experienced George Francis, and for Firestorm at the controls, Alex was with the Groundhog team in the second series of Robot Wars. Both quick, nippy, great manoeuvrability. It's Chaos 2 bumping and barging and turning away side by side, sizing each other up. Chaos 2, ooh! Well, he's seen there to get in and underneath. Firestorm is the way to victory. And Chaos 2, oh! Firestorm!
Cease.
What a way to go! I don't think there's any doubt about that, George Francis. What happened to them? Well, this was over so quickly. We've never seen it before. Out of the arena, out of touch. Out of the final. Chaos 2, delightful. Firestorm, derailed and deranged.
From Leamington Spa, Scar.
To leave Scar's 3 hardened steel cutters at the front. It can be driven clockwise or anti-clockwise, powered by 2 wheelchair motors. The only Scar tissues we leave to soak up the tears of robot ear failure.
This is our robot Scar. I'm Chris. That's Tony, my brother.
Hi. We've got a 3mm outer steel shell. We have silicon-filled tyres. We also have on the front, we have a 6-bladed heavy wheel on the front. We can also run inverted with the steel balls on here.
From Swansea, Mord.
Morbid name, hopes alive and kicking with a shunt and lifting system of forks used in adjustable beds. The shell's Kevlar, the undertaking of the Morgue boys to cause grave problems for the house robots.
Hello there, we're the Morgue team. This is our body made of Kevlar. I'm going to take this off, boys. And inside you'll be able to see that at the back we have 2 motors here off a Scania truck, which are controlled by a control card here. We've got our servo controllers here and the actuator which operates our weapon. This actuator comes off an orthopedic bed, and our weapon at the front is then linked to that with our aggressive spikes and protection using the aluminium checker plate. Thank you.
From Durham, seed number 5, Firestorm.
They came third in the third series, and they've updated Firestorm 2 over 3 months with a fire extinguisher CO2 gas power flipping arm secret weapon, very manoeuvrable on the go-kart wheels. And this is what happened in the Third Wars. You can see the power in the drive there and why they're seeded 5 this time. Now look at the use of the flipper. You know, against Class and Chaos 2, when push came to shove, Firestorm out the ring. Tra-la-la-la-la.
Right, we're back here for another war with Firestorm 2, and this year we're going to win. Hi, Graham Bourne, Alex Mordue, Firestorm 2, bigger and better than the last wars, bigger gas supply, bigger rams, bigger batteries, bigger motors, bigger and better. We're here to win, we're here for our revenge on Chaos 2.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at them. Scar with the cutters, the Morgue with the lifting forks, and Firestorm 2 with the flipping arm.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Firestorm 2 on the left of your picture, seeded 5, immediately on the attack.
on the boys from Scar. Now, can they right themselves there because they're in real trouble? Yes, they can is the answer. To nudge in on the boys from Swansea, the first-time competitors, the Morgue. But Firestorm 2 driving on, sensing here that Scar is the most dangerous of the two opponents, but wedged in between the two now, Firestorm 2. The Morgue with Dorian Cody, the captain, a teacher at Morriston Comp, getting themselves back on the attack. A broadside there on Scar. Back comes Firestorm 2 underneath Scar. We've seen how the Scar team can right themselves. Chris Adams and Tony Adams. Can Morgue right itself under attack from Firestorm 2, driving it against the arena side wall. Look at this for power from Firestorm 2, using nearly 80 kilos of strength there. And the Morgue 2, I think, out of it now, which leaves these two to survive. Danger from the house robots. You can see no future for the Morgue. A grave position for them. Morgue moribund. Now Firestorm to attack Scar. Plenty of scars from Killalot on the Morgue. Hit, 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 hit. How young do you have to be a sadist, I wonder? The Morgue onto the flame pit. The cremation of the Morgue. Firestorm 2 again pins Scar onto the arena wall, and they can't get that drive unit working there. The Morgue's out of it. You can see that from Dorian's exasperation. Oh no, you can't zombie-like rise from the pit and the grave there. You're out of it, the Morgue. You've gone.
Roboteers, stand by.
Despite the T-boy in the pits, Firestorm 2 and Bolt from the Blue here at this stage.
2, 1, activate.
Flaming flippability, Batman. Firestorm 2 on the attack again. Immediately against Bolt from the Blue. Joint degrees? I can't even count to 1, 2, 4. Firestorm 2 nudging with Bolt from the Blue. What they'll try and do, of course, is manoeuvre under Bolt from the Blue to get the flipper in action, but there's a zero, or virtually zero, ground clearance for Bolt from the Blue. Built at Lake District Garage, and don't forget, they also have the CO2-powered flipping arm. A wedge shape. It's a sort of triangular wedge shape here. The designs have been brilliant, I think, in this series so far. Magnificent. Proves every series we've had what work goes into these robots, and though we may be a little bit flippant at times, well done to all of them. Bolt from the Blue underneath Firestorm 2. This is KG stuff. Firestorm 2, surely not another seed to go out here. Already lost 2 in the competition. Graham Bone and Alex Mordue. Engineering boys from Durham, there they are. Alex at the controls there, you saw. Woo! The pit starts to this end. The elevator to Robot Hades. Spinning. Intricate controls. There we have the Proctor team and Chris Ellery making up Bolt from the Blue. Piggyback, piggyback. Firestorm dances away to build up momentum for another charge. It's hardly a military two-step at the moment. Bit of a wallflower at the disco is Bolt from the Blue. Certainly the aggression here is from Firestorm 2 if it goes to the judges. Style control, damage and aggression, that's what they'll look for. Unless one of these is immobilised. Look at the traction on the arena floor. Firestorm 2 digging in so powerfully to hold on. Holding on to the centre of the arena floor now, Bolt from the Blue. Almost like a squash match where you try and get to the tee, trying to stay in the middle of the arena floor. Time is ticking down though, look at that. I think this is going to go to the judges. Very, very difficult for them to decide on this one.
Cease.
That's too close for me to call. Goes to the judges. Difficult job for them.
Well, that was more like Torval and Dean than mechanised mayhem. The audience aren't cheering, they're throwing flowers. Anyway, it's gone to the judges, but while they make the decision, let's have a look at some of the highlights of that last battle.
Yeah, it was attrition, Craig, more than dramatics. Firestorm 2, you see, backing away, so that's good control, side by side. Here, Bolt from the blue on the attack. One of the few we saw, really, in the battle. That'll count for Bolt from the blue. And again, underneath Firestorm 2, but Firestorm the more aggressive there, and once more, you see, on the attack. There they are. Noel Sharkey, Martin Smith, Myra Wilson.
Hey, nervous, lads? Yep. Nervous. I feel like a boxing referee here. Although you hardly laid a glove on each other, did you? But we've got a judge's decision, and the winner is... It's Firestorm 2! Well done, lads! Well, you're a very popular robot, but if it was a boxing competition, it would have been a no contest. You never really got going as far as a fight goes, really, did it? It was more like a dancing competition.
No, he did.
No, he didn't, but he lived to fight another day, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it just seemed like you were so well matched as robots. Same shape, same kind of arm mechanism. It was just like too well matched, really, weren't you?
Yeah, well, he couldn't, get us.
He couldn't get you?
No.
But never mind.
Yeah.
But they got through. You didn't. But you'll be back next year, won't you?
Well, maybe. Yeah.
Ooh, maybe. Well, we'll see. Both on the blue, ladies and gentlemen. Firestorm.
Oh, it was great. Wow. It was reasonable. I mean, we didn't really get any sort of punches in, as you said, so... I mean, we just couldn't get underneath them. They was too low for us.
Well, you're through to the heat finals, though, so you...
happy about that.
Yeah, and there's, like, hardly any damage to the robot. In fact, no damage to the robot.
It's all superficial.
You could progress a bit further, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, Firestorm 2!
Thanks very much.
They're booing you, boys, they're booing you. They're not happy out there.
From Durham, seed number 5, Firestorm.
Cost £2,000 to build Firestorm. The engineering students, Graham Bone and Alex Mordue.
From Swansea, Morgue.
My granny's hospital bed in that machine. Mark Cooper, Hugh White, Dorian Corden.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Place in the series semi-finals. Firestorm 2 don't get through to this stage on a judge's decision. The Morgue through to this stage are being reinstated. And the Morgue immediately under fire from Firestorm. More power in Firestorm for this heat final. Rolling the Morgue. I wonder if a viable tactic would be to get the Morgue up against the arena sidewall and roll it there so that it can't actually turn over and right itself. We'll wait to see if the Firestorm uses that. The Morgue just manoeuvring itself away to try and get a run-up so that it can get the forklifts underneath the shape of Firestorm 2. Firestorm 2, that time nearly flipping Morgue up on its edge, and this time that was a power spurt, and the Morgue literally flew through the air and into the CPZ. And that means, of course, the house robot's can attack. Matilda down there in that area. Oh, you wouldn't want to tangle with Matilda, otherwise you will end up in the Morgue. Mind you, this Morgue has the power to bring you back from the dead. Ooh, that's spooky. Back in at the Morgue. Second chance at Robot Wars. Intricate controls. Mark Cooper there, the technician, guiding the Morgue around. Push towards the arena sidewall. Now, this is what I thought they might have done in the first place. And Firestorm didn't follow it up. And the judges will have noted that when it comes to their decision, if it comes to their decision. The Morgue nudges Firestorm. And that arena wall has studs. It has blades. It has the odd lick of flame. You want to be further out. Oh, look, the pit starts to descend. And they're dangerously close now. The Morgue, and they went on, and Firestorm's driven in! When the Morgue went on, they think they've won it, the Morgue! But Firestorm drove themselves into it as well! They think they're beaten! What an upset this could be!
Cease.
Well, they think they've won it, the Morgue boys!
There's a bit of controversy here. The Morgue think they've won, but the judges want to make a decision, so we're going to have to go over to the judges.
Well, certainly Firestorm 2, the more aggressive early on. The Morgue tumbling across the arena floor there. Firestorm on the attack once more, but it was... Who was immobilised first here? I think the Morgue just wedged themselves on, first of all. Let's have another look. Were they wedged there before Firestorm went in? Well, it's going to be very, very, very controversial. In went Firestorm.
Okay, chaps, nervous? Hot up here, isn't it? Sweating on a decision, aren't we? Well, the decision's come through. And what the judges have said was that the pit was activated. And Morgue went into it first. And though it wasn't immobilised for 30 seconds, they say Firestorm was winning on points up to that point anyway. So they've given it to Firestorm!
Roboteers, stand by.
There's the Dominator 2 team, a unique bi-wedge shape there at the controls. Peter Halloway. There's Firestorm 2. Alex Mordue on the right-hand side. Graham Bone, the taller of the two.
2, 1, activate.
Classic wedge of Firestorm against the bi-wedge, which has the more obvious weapon. There it is. That's coming down. And again, Firestorm 2, though, has the flipper. And over onto its side goes Dominator 2. Can they right themselves? Very impressively done. Very quickly done. You can see the new tyres on Dominator 2. And again, down comes the axe. Look at the blade. Oh, lifting, plucking at the powerful flipping arm of Firestorm 2. Fought in Series 2, fought in Series 3. They got knocked out by Chaos 2. The Durham boys, they were at Edinburgh University together. And up against Dominator 2. They now come back in on the attack. Trying to get in underneath Dominator. There they are, Graham and Alex, you saw from behind. Dominator 2 now on the attack, chasing them down across the arena floor. They get up to 20 miles an hour, Dominator 2. Peter Halloway, the project manager for the team, the driver, the T-boy also, he said so. Paul Tolliday is controlling the weapon. And the crowd make their intentions clear. They want the Firestorm boys into the pit, but they escaped. You see a vent of steam rising from the arena floor there in the background, and Dominator 2 upended. Comes crashing down. That's where Firestorm 2 could have done, perhaps with an axe-type weapon, to get in on the vulnerable underbelly of Dominator 2. Only has the flipper. Scarred Firestorm badly as well, but always aggressive. Again, Dominator 2 flipped up. This first semi-final has been markedly close. Really has been highlighted by some very tense close battles, and this is another one, and I'm sure it'll go to the judges unless Dominator 2 can free themselves here from the arena floor, and the ref bot comes in. Dominator 2 are there immobilised. Firestorm 2 grinds, grates, cease, and Dominator 2 may have just got away at the end to take it to a judge's decision. Only just, though.
Well, did Firestorm burn brightly, or did Dominator dominate? It's up to our judges.
They've had their work cut out, haven't they? The quality of the semi-final so far, judged by the fact that they've had to make 3 decisions now. Dominator 2 using the axe. Yep, points gained there. But Firestorm 2 came back very strongly. And again, that's been a feature of this semi-final. Takes a little bit of punishment from Dominator 2 later on.
Chaps, the decision is through. It's the closest decision ever in the war. The judges have gone 2-1, and it's only by 1 point in favour of Dominator 2! Oh! Guys, you were the 5th seed. Yeah, you were finalists in the last war. And you've gone out to an unseeded robot. How did you think it went yourselves?
I thought it went pretty well.
Do you think you'd stolen it?
I thought we'd got through. It was very close, but I thought we might have just got it at the end there when we got them up against the barrier.
You did seem to be the strongest robot a lot, but that one was terrier-like. It was very, very aggressive, and you flipped it, it flipped back. You flipped it, it flipped back. Are you going to come back next year?
Yeah, we will do.
Different robot, same robot?
Same robot, just a bit better.
A bit better. Cheers, guys. Don't be too upset.
Not be upset.
Let's hear it for Firestorm!
From Durham, seed number 5, Firestorm.
Well, they were finalists in the main event last time. In fact, they finished joint third, Graham Bone and Alex Mordue, weighing in at 79.9 kilos. Nippy around the arena floor as well normally. Could do well.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Move to your left, Firestorm. Yep, that's the tactic I would have used to dodge shot. Well, my tactic was good then, wasn't it? They're out. Splendid stuff. I think they made the right move, honestly, but straight onto the bullseyes of a shunt and out. They couldn't get any traction, and it's zoom over and out for them. Not a good time. Only 4.21 seconds. Spawn of Scud 8.03. Surely not the benchmark for future Sumos.
From Durham, seed number 5, Firestorm.
Veterans of Robot Wars, experienced. What will their tactics be?
Roboteers, stand by.
Points all over the arena floor. On the side targets, barrels to be struck, bridges to be crossed.
1. Activate.
Quick points to be gained by those barrels, I would have thought. Be quicker than that, Firestorm. 5 points for each barrel knocked over, so we've got at least 25. Ooh, not great driving skills, though. Bashed against the arena wall, and now the house robots closing. Can they get contact with the arena side target? They're too slow here, Firestorm. They need more quick points urgently. The multi-ball release, no, they've missed that. Dead Metals close them off. They come back again. Hit the multi-ball option. 10 points for releasing the balls. For each ball in the pit, that's another 5 points. Can they touch the 75 there? Firestorm gets 75 points. Litter, you just saw the car door release. If they can open the car doors, another 25 points. They seem a little bit sluggish at the controls, though. Eventually, they open those car doors. Bash into Matilda. Matilda guarding the target. They're trying to get in underneath Matilda now. Firestorm. Good defensive work by Tildy, protecting the 50 points. And not enough from Firestorm in the end. Well, they'll be disappointed overall. Started off with all those barrels crashing to the deck. So we know they've got 25. Multi-ball release, yes. Another 10. Then they hit the big 75. So a reasonable score. Quite creditable. The door release. But then Matilda blocked them off. And in the end, frustration. Mordue and Graham Bone, and Firestorm 2 with 135 points mid-table. Invertebrat and Kilohertz still to come. Gemini at the top of the leaderboard.
From Durham, Firestorm. From Nutley in East Sussex, Scorpion.
Finalists in previous Robot Wars, it took 3 months to update. With a fire extinguisher CO2 gas power flipping arm, this the more manoeuvrable of the pair on its go-kart wheels. But Scorpion gives the pair the sting in the tail. Built at home on the dining room table. 2 wheelchair motors provide the power. They practice on an old tumble dryer with those chainsaw-cutting discs.
We're the Firestorm team from the north.
We are the Scorpion team from the south.
And we're here as a tag team to unite the country.
We have chainsaws, we have cutting discs.
We have speed and powerful flipping arms. Which means we have all the weapons we need to win Robot Wars tag.
Yes!
From Brighton, Bigger Brother. From Alton in Hampshire, Blunderbird 4.
This team has the protection to withstand all weaponry, they say. A mild-mannered steel shell and fierce snipper. The Watts family creators call this a nightmare in metal. Speed, the essence for this team. Blunderbird 4 moves at 15 miles an hour. Aeroplane standard aluminium, as sleek as a puma. Its weapon is a slicer dicer, say the team, with typical humour.
We are the Thunderbird team.
And we are the Big Brother team.
And we've decided to join forces.
For some mutual bullying.
And mashing. So we're forming a team of the tagging type.
Put some tag team terror. Totally.
And it's going to be called
the Big Thunderbird
Brother
Team.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the red zone, Firestorm 2 and Scorpion. Graham Bone, Alex Mordue on the left-hand side, Jeff Smith and John Bell on the right. And in the blue zone, Bigger Brother and Blunderbird 4. The Blunderbird boys, Mike Onslow, Brian Kilburn there on the left, and Ian Watson's son Joseph on the right.
3, 2, 1, activate.
controls of Bigger Brother there on the right-hand side against Scorpion, first out of the red corner. Scorpion flipped immediately by Bigger Brother. Look at this straight away, getting in underneath Scorpion. It's got a 2-inch ground clearance, that's lethal. Scorpion now flipped up and over by its teammate Firestorm, who seemed to come out of the red zone there before it should. Are they disobeying rules immediately? If you do, then the House Robots will penalise you. The ref bot coming in and said, get back, Firestorm, get back into your red area. The Scorpion team, meanwhile, under pressure from Blunderbird 4 and Bigger Brother, Firestorm. A little nudge underneath Scorpion. They are on the same team, actually, but this is mayhem. This is destructibility at its worst. This is Blunderbird. They're against the arena war in the red zone. Firestorm 2 in there as well. Look at the Blunderbird sort of claw axe on top, ready to come in. There's Bigger Brother as well flying around in there. Bash is getting in the action. Matilda too, trying to use the tusks to get in underneath the Blunderbird 14 from Alton in Hampshire. That's Bigger Brother slammed against the arena wall. What on earth's going on here, Refbot? Get in and control these robots! There's only supposed to be 2 in the arena at the same time. They have shown total disregard to the rules. You are a disgrace up there, boys. Now what's happening? Well, Firestorm 2 crashes into the red zone. I wonder if Blunderbird 4 have been rendered immobile. Are they just waiting their chance? This is Firestorm 2 on the attack. Bigger Brother spinning away. Oh, a torch for Firestorm 2. They're okay in underneath Scorpion there. Scorpion wedged up on Blunderbird 4. Gets the nudge. And Scorpion's okay. Blunderbird 4 seems to be rooted to the spot. That's Firestorm 2 getting in underneath. Classic wedge shed 2 robots. And there's the flipper of Firestorm. I thought it was wedged open. You're seeing there Graham Bone and Alex Mordue, the Firestorm 2 team. Student at Edinburgh University, Alex Mordue. Graham, a quality engineer. And a quality attack from Firestorm 2. Needed right there now on Scorpion. We know Scorpion is badly flammable. But at the moment, no one is trying to push Scorpion towards the arena flames or the flame pit. This is, of course, Firestorm 2 up on its side. It's got a 3-mech. There you see it. Self-running mechanism essential for Robot Wars these days. Well, this is wonderful. Machinations of a Machiavellian sort. That's Graham and Alex, the Firestorm 2 team. Bigger Brother. The ref block coming in and having a closer look here. Bigger Brother to side on against Firestorm 2. Scorpion now is in major trouble. Scorpion, which was built, designed on Pip Bell's dining room table. She's John Bell's wife. And at the moment, it looks as if Scorpion, designed on that dining room table to withstand any sort of charcoal grill, is being flame torched in the top now. This is Firestorm 2 under pressure again from Bigger Brother. I think he's done magnificently in this tag team challenge so far. With Ian Watts, a broadcasting engineer, loud and proud at the controls.
Well, absolute total mayhem. I don't think any of them followed the rules. We'll have to go to the judges for a decision.
Here they are, all experts in robotics. Martin Smith on the left, Professor Noel Sharkey in the middle, Dr. Myra Wilson on the right-hand side. And as they contemplate, let's see what they're studying. Well, an initial attack on Scorpion. This is Firestorm 2 back on Blunderbird 4 for some revenge. Then Matilda giving Firestorm some punishment. They will be marking on control, style, damage and aggression. Great aggression shown throughout by Firestorm, I thought. Blunderbird 4 certainly took more damage than the other 3 out there. Bigger Brother was very consistent, always trying to look to create damage. So both teams have one strong robot, and in Scorpion and Blunderbird 4, both teams have one that was immobilised.
Well, the judges have made the decision. And although one robot from either side was immobilised based on style, control, damage and aggression, they've gone for Firestorm and Scorpion! Thunderstorm came, they were given it large, but you don't talk your fight if you want to be in charge.
Well, first we chased him round and round, then we tried to take him down. But then we had a malfunction, And I can't think of anything else to say to that, really.
Never mind, let's talk to little Joe, we'll get more sense out of him. Joe, are you upset about that?
No, not much.
It was good fun, wasn't it, really? It was total mayhem. And I tell you what, if you had a better robot on your team, other than that Plunderbird robot, you might have gone a little bit further, mightn't you?
Yeah.
Because you were doing all the work, mate, weren't you? You know?
Yes.
You were battering that Firestorm, you battered that Scorpion, and these Plunderbird guys let you down. So when you get back in the pitch, don't talk to him, OK?
Okay.
All right, it's nice to have you back, Joe. Let's hear it from Bigger Brother and Plunderbird! You have got to be really, really relieved that these guys are on your team.
You're right. You are right. We've got a good robot, but it just can't turn itself over, so we need some help.
Yeah, but that's against the rules, that, actually, as well. I don't know how you got through. But, you know, yeah, I mean, you were just toasted in the end as well.
Toast? That's it. Burns well, don't they?
But Firestorm, nice, aggressive robot. That little arm as well. Really powerful, isn't it?
Very.
Really good driving as well. I mean, is it easy to control that thing?
Very easy, yeah. Without power diff, it's really good.
Well, you know, you've got them on your side, though, so you might not get much further. But let's hope you do. Let's hear it for Firestorm and Scorpion!
Roboteers, stand by.
From the red zone, Scorpion on the left, Firestorm 2 on the right-hand side. The team controlling flippers, chainsaws, heavier robots. There on the left-hand side is King B3, 101 on the right-hand side. And good to see that Amy, at 9 years of age, has more sense than most roboteers put together. Mind you, she acted as a peacemaker. Do we like peace in Robot Wars? No. In the Tag Team Terror, which I think has been a magnificent success, we like destruction and rows and rumbles and tumbles and mayhem. And this is Scorpion back towards the red zone, and safety can tag. Under pressure from King B3, very mobile, very quick across the arena floor. Low centre of gravity on the drive against Scorpion into the flames. And we know that is an Achilles heel for Scorpion. Look at his power from King B3. Slamming against the arena wall. There's the flame licking out. Scorpion will want to stay away from the flame pit and from the arena side. Jets of flame and smoke and destruction. Scorpion, one eye patched up, it would seem, and King B3, 101 awaiting back in the tag zone. And at the moment, both teams showing remarkable restraint. Firestorm was there to the left of your picture moments ago. Back on the attack again on Scorpion comes King B3 with a 9-inch circular saw. Lifting and flipping spikes. Scorpion has the electrically powered chainsaw, but it looks limp. It's hanging there, useless. It doesn't seem to be working. He said, I can't see the teeth of the chainsaw moving. There's the ref box. Have a little glance. And they tagged, have they? No, Scorpion's still out there. Firestorm wanted to come out. But the Blues have tagged 101's in their hand. King B3, and all of a sudden we've got all four robots on the arena floor. Yes, this is what we want. Scorpion, they have gone blind, and they've shown a blind eye to rules and regulations. It's gone mad in Robot Wars Tag Team Terror. They're all in there now, trying to destroy. This is King B3 up on 101. You are team members. Come together, friends. You're having a laugh. You're still enemies, I'm sure, down in the pitch. Amy sought them out. There's your dad, Mike. There's the teammate Simon Harrison, Tony Sharp in there. That's Scorpion now under pressure from Dead Metal with a slice and dice. I repeat, you are supposed to be team members 101 and King B3. Scorpion at the moment is under no sort of pressure. I think Firestorm 2 is out of it completely back in the red zone. There's Mike Franklin at the controls of 101. Scorpion pressurised by King B3, and 101 wants to destroy them all. What next? Dead Metal, Bash, take them all on. Mike Franklin and young Amy, why not? Bash will want a piece of you, though. I think the Tag Team Terror has been won by 101 and King B3 because Firestorm 2 is doing nothing. Scorpion, can they withstand all sorts of pressure? Look, they're tattered and torn, and with Firestorm 2, they're out of it. And now we have what I thought we'd have right from the first klaxon. The first activate. We've got 101 against King B3, and this is a massive grudge. They're supposed to be on the same tag team. Scorpion's out of it. The house robots come in. You want to get a grudge match sorted amongst yourselves, team members? No. We'll have a little piece of you as well, says Dead Metal on King B3. In the pincers, 101 under pressure from Bash. They've won this
friends and teammates. You should have kept the peace. You haven't. And this is our own version of a peace summit. Into the depths of the pit, if we can get you in there. Summits, we don't like them. We like the pits. We like destruction. We end up the victors. We have the last laugh. We are Robot Wars. This was the Tag Team Terror. And well done 101 and King B3, because you were victorious in it.
From Durham, Firestorm 3.
A wedge-shaped robot with the flipping arm, just the heavier here at 100 kilos, the faster two at 12 miles an hour, electric power to ignite our Firestorm.
Hello, my name is Graham Bone. This is Alex Mordue, and the newest member of the team, Hasel Heslop. This is our robot Firestorm. We're back for another wars, revamped, ready to go again, ready to do what we can, ready to win.
From Thornhill, Panic Attack.
Wearing protective skirts this time around, the weapon can lift and grab. 2 lorry windscreen motors provide the power. This machine's never failed to reach at least the semi-finals of the main Robot Wars.
Hello, we're Team Panic Attack. My name's Kim Davis, this is my son Michael, and this is Christian. This is our robot Panic Attack. This year, we're here to cause some serious damage. We're going to mangle, maim, and crush.
And for a feistier fight, we've thrown in our house robot pair, Dead Metal, all crushing arms and flashing saw. And the mighty Sir Killalot with a lance. He's in no mood to dance and prance.
Roboteers, stand by.
Firestorm team there. Graham Bone, Alex Mordue and Hasel Heslop. They're the Panic Attack boys. Strong start by Panic Attack, immediately on the attack, but is that dangerous because they've gone over the top of Firestorm, and Firestorm 3 using that pneumatic flipper straight away. And Panic Attack in trouble here. It was almost like a suicidal lunge at Firestorm 3, flicking Panic Attack up and over, rocking and crashing. It's using its forklift weapons to try and right here with Kim Davis at the controls. He's a maintenance manager by trade, but driven onto the arena sidewall by Firestorm 3. You can see Graham Bone at the controls there using that pneumatic flipper to pin Panic Attack onto the side walls. And Panic Attack in real trouble here in this All-Stars clash for a place, don't forget, in the All-Stars quarterfinals. There's Dead Metal and also Killalot. Dead Metal on the slam. I think trying to thrust, to be honest. Panic Attack out of the arena. Also taking a cursory nudge is Firestorm. There, once again getting completely in underneath, actually. Slipping away through, but into the CPZ, which is dangerous, because the house robots can move in there. Refbot having a look. How long has Panic Attack been immobilised? Is Panic Attack immobilised? The forklift is waggling, but it is being counted down and counted out here, Panic Attack. And Firestorm 3 has done it again to the attack, boys. Cease. Firestorm team, Graham Bone at the controls, Alex Mordue and Hasel Heslop there as well. And Wild Thing, the Adams family. Leader, Nick Adams, daughter Isabel, son Jake. Dead Metal is one of our house robots here. Synergy of weapons, the strength. Alongside, once again, Shunt can push just about anything. Two classic wedge-shaped robots here. Firestorm's fur, by the way, is a lucky talisman supplied by the Diotor team from Ireland. Very popular in the pits at the moment. It's a fur brain scheme because the fur is being peeled off by Dead Metal. It's on the chase now, but Wild Thing gets in from behind. I wonder if that fur will get tangled up in Wild Thing's circular weaponry. 12 kilos of weight behind that weapon. 2 cutting blades spinning at 6,000 RPM top speed. The side spikes as well. Underneath, though, Wild Thing goes Firestorm with the little flipper. But there you see the Wild Thing Streamek, the Streamek arm. So therefore negating Firestorm's flipper. This is a much improved Wild Thing in this series of Extreme, I must say. Making a much better fist of it. Semi-finalists in Series 3 and Series 4. Bags of experience then. Both these teams, actually. Wild Thing, a more aggressive side-on attack. And that's good defensive work by Firestorm. They're preventing Wild Thing getting in behind, and Wild Thing into the side arena. And that means Dead Metal can come in there. Dead Metal's own great saw. There's Shunt. And Wild Thing is a risk here from Dead Metal on the left, Shunt on the right-hand side. Getting away from the pincers, but only just, as there'd been damage to the weapon. Let's see if the weapon's working. A light flickers on there. Wild Thing's always had lurid paintwork. There's one eye working anyway, twinkling red. But I can't see the saw going round the circular blade. I don't think that's working at the moment. And Firestorm sensed that. I wonder if it's changed things. It has! Wild Thing suddenly on the defensive. This whole battle has been turned on its head. Firestorm with a great chance now. Wild Thing trying to self-right. And the self-righting arm has actually pinned it immobile on the arena floor. And they are going to be counted out, Wild Thing. The pin release button has been activated. And Wild Thing, totally in command, have been beaten. Well, that is a major turnabout. I couldn't see that happening, not halfway through that battle. Oh, Wild Thing, you used to make our heart sing, but no more. Into the pit. And Firestorm coming in on the attack. What on earth was that about? They're already through to the semi-finals. They don't need to risk themselves. And I don't think the House Robots are going to like that. No, Shunt, look. Trying to axe the CO2 canister. Firestorm crazy. What on earth are they doing? And they're still involved, look. After the cease, they want to rumble. This was madness, but great fun. Great courage. If a little bit crazy.
Roboteers, stand by.
Firestorm at the controls. Graham Bone, Alex Mordue, Hasel Heslop, Graham's girlfriend in there as well. And Razor, Ian Lewis driving. There he is on the left. Simon Scott in the middle, and Vinnie Blood too in that box. And Matilda, look at the tusks, look at the flywheel. Tough. And perhaps tougher still, Shunt. That axe, diamond-edged and gleaming.
3, 2, 1.
We're down to the 4 best robots around. Firestorm and Razor, 2 of them. Razor immediately puncturing Firestorm's flipping weapon. Look at that, crumpling, buckling and bending. Firestorm went out on the all-out onslaught attack as we knew they would, and immediately coming to grief. And Razor literally ripping through that flipping arm. Clinging on now. And Firestorm, I think their main hope would be to push Razor if they can towards a pit or towards an angle grinder, get away, come back in, try and get in underneath. But what damage has been caused is that flipping arm now out of action. Look, it's bent. Metal almost ripped from the very frame. They're going in again to puncture. Well, this is very one-sided and surprisingly so. Firestorm, they can still operate that weapon. Alex Mordue, if he can have a chance. The student, the 21-year-old. Razor, oh, triumphantly there. Lifting Firestorm aloft and holding it in the air. The crowd loved it. Great performance this by Razor. Theatrical, showboating really. Now, Firestorm, what can they do? Again, it's that frontal attack, trying to flip, but it's kamikaze in the end. They're now in the CPZ, which means, of course, Matilda can come into play with the tusks and the drive. Oh, turning and getting the flywheel and also inviting Shunted for some of the action with the axe. Poor old Firestorm there, taking tremendous damage here. They may well survive to go to a judge's decision. I think they are going to now, but look at the damage caused by those Razor boys. They think they've won it. I'd be amazed if they haven't. And Firestorm, look at that, the face of defeat. Razor immediately just puncturing any Firestorm hopes after the Firestorm head-on attack. It was their one tactic. They knew they had to go in on the attack Firestorm. This was magnificent here. Razor knew at that point they'd won it.
Well, the judges have made a decision. It's no surprise, no controversy. The robot that can put 1,000 perforations into every robot's gone through. The winners are Razor! Come on, lads!
Clondalkin, Dublin in Ireland, Dietor.
The blemished Dietor team. Not fast, 6 miles an hour, not potent at lifting arm, not secure fur line, not sane. The whole of the team.
Hi, I'm Kieran Byrne. I'm the armour. This is Pete Redmond, he's the captain. And Joe Gavin, the electrician. This is the robot Dietor 2. We're here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And we're all out of gum.
From Durham, Firestorm 3.
The heavier machine here by 7 kilos, quicker by far, wedge shape with a flipping arm and a fiery temper, and they beat Dietor in Series 3 of Robot Wars.
Hello, my name is Graham Bone. This is Alex Mordue, and the newest member of the team, Hasel Heslop. This is our robot Firestorm. We're back for another Wars, revamped, ready to go again, ready to do what we can, ready to win.
Roboteers, stand by.
Firestorm are girlies. Graham Bone and Alex Mordue are not happy. And Dietor, Zulu, I've taken my pin-ups of you off my wall at home. And the house robots, the busy bruiser and arena cruiser Shunt, and with him Sergeant Bash with the lick of flame.
3, 2.
Dietor moving slowly. Firestorm with the wedge, trying to get underneath. The bulldozer at the front of Dietor. And that cruel banner needs to be ripped away by Firestorm. Backing on to Dietor. Lost against them in round 3 of the heat in Series 3. And going about the same way, Dietor immediately flipped over. One of the eyes gone. The boggle eyes have both come off of Dietor. In comes the red bot. Is it all over there and then? Firestorm with the flipper of righted Dietor. They want another bash. Dietor, well, blinded, of course, by the flames. And it's all Firestorm and Dietor on fire again. Well, where there is smoke, there must be fire, and there must be Dietor. Every time they come back to Robot Wars, they catch fire. They are great fun, and it was all fun in the pits earlier, I can tell you, I'm sure it was. But Dietor, well, they taunted Firestorm, and Firestorm have come back to them and met fire with fire. And Dietor counted out just before the last fur is flamed. Aye, aye. What's going on there? Dietor, a charcoal mess. A nude Dietor, denuded of fur, and Firestorm of well and truly rubbed them in it. Splendid stuff by Graham and Alex and Hazel. They loved it.
From Sweden, W70.
It's emerged from the underwater depths to fight the land robots. It has a whirling mishmash weaponry system. It runs on 24-volt power, but for me, it's heading back to the deep end.
From the United States of America, Drillzilla.
A very dangerous, heavy, 160-kilo walking robot, invertible, 8 feet made of urethane rubber on 2 camshafters, can get up to 30 miles an hour, 3 sharpened flutes on the drill, can pierce.
From Holland, Neat Machine.
Costing £600, this machine took 5 months to design and build with its aluminium outer shell, iron chassis and main pickaxe weapon. The double-ended axle spear is neat.
From the United Kingdom, Firestorm 3.
Previously a British Championship Grand Finalist, knocked out in the first round of the previous World Championships, though. It has a flipping arm and classic wedge shape, 2 motors and an aluminium chassis.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena, Sir Kill-A-Lot again with a crushing claws and lance. And fighting for the house robots, Sergeant Bash. If the pincers don't nip you, the flamethrower will char-grill you.
3, 2, 1.
Drillzilla straight to the centre of the arena there and coming crunching in on W70, the Swedish hope. In goes Firestorm. Drillzilla said they wanted a piece of that. W70 is moving ponderously. Drillzilla, a tug of war there with Firestorm, the USA, against Great Britain, the UK, England, hands across the ocean there. Now a little nudge in the back of Neat Machine. The Dutch destroyer moves away. This is W70 in trouble with Kill-A-Lot. Drillzilla again being slammed against the arena wall by Firestorm, but all attention is in that CPZ. W70 has strayed in and the old pool cleaner has been taken to the cleaners there by Kill-A-Lot, and Drillzilla comes back in on Firestorm. Meanwhile, Neat Machine is toppled. Can they turn over? It's a Dutch disaster, it seems to me. Can they right themselves? No, they can't. They've been clogged out of it. Drillzilla back in now. A little push on the back of Firestorm in that CPZ, the corner patrol zone, but it's all trouble here for W70. That strange spinning weaponry system, no good whatsoever, and the ref bot is counting out Neat Machine. Oh dear, they didn't last too long, did they? They've gone. W70 is on the floor flipper. They're the Neat Machine Dutch team. You're out of it. W70 counted out as well and flung through the air. Crashes down to earth. So 2 left in competition as we see the confirmation of the exit of W70, the Swedish hope. They've gone. The 2 left, Drillzilla and Firestorm. It's a battle between the 2, and Drillzilla coming in and pushing Firestorm. Great weaponry there, the sharpened flutes on the drill, the 2 steel jaws to either side. That's the English team, Firestorm, Alex Mordue, Graham Bone and Hasel Heslop in there. Can they get the flipper to work? Underneath, Drillzilla. That's the end, of course, of Neat Machine. And neat and tidy, we clear up the arena floor after we've created some rubbish. Oh, more rubbish being caused there by Drillzilla. He's pulled the pit release button off the wall. But though the pit has descended, it's going to go to the judges. We need a decision from our eminent trio on style, control, damage and aggression. Let's have a look at the highlights. Neat Machine toppled by a combination of Firestorm and Drillzilla, picking up points for both. Firestorm crumpling in to W70, which didn't have a chance. Who picked up the most points between these 2? Drillzilla and Firestorm. That's the key.
Well, it's tense in here. The judges have made the decision, looking at style, control, damage and aggression. And definitely on aggression. They've gone for Drillzilla! Guys, what's happening?
I think we're a bit gutted with that one. We did all the work with the other 2.
The Americans have won Heat 1 and Heat 2.
It's terrible.
These are rookies at this. You're experienced roboteers.
Well, at least we didn't drive into a pit.
I tell you what, that's a strong robot though, isn't it?
Very strong, yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you. Did you think you had a chance?
We were very nervous. These guys did a great job. They had their wedge right at us. It was really the biggest threat we faced, and we were just thrilled to have won.
Firestorm was one of Britain's strongest robots, and you just pushed it around like it was just a lightweight.
We got tons of horsepower and nice big motors in there, no problem.
Alrighty, we've got some more British robots coming for you, though.
I know.
But until now,
we're ready.
Let's raise the roof for Drillzilla!
From Barnsley in Yorkshire, the Capitator.
black and orange bee on a wedge base with a rotating drill weapon, 750 watt, 24 volt power, but at only 71 kilos, it's the lightest in the heat and could be badly stung.
From Durham, Firestorm 3.
Has scored in 3 previous UK championships, reaching the grand final once. Good enough to enter the World Championships. Solid, a flipping arm, primary and secondary motors. The primary aim here to avoid being decapitated.
Roboteers, stand by.
Firestorm team, Graham Bone, Alex Mordue, Hasel Heslop, and in the Decapitator box, John Nicholson, Martin Courtney and Gavin Barker. In the arena for the House Robots, Matilda's Flywheel and Tusks. And the awesome invincibility of Circular Lot.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So this, the first of our 4 Eliminator battles tonight. Firestorm would start as the favourite because of his experience, but look for the sting there on the front of Decapitator. Firestorm already in underneath though, and that would be the danger for the buzzing bee. A full 1 centimetre ground clearance means that any wedge-shaped machine can come in now, like Firestorm is with another slap. Oh, look at the damage though caused to Firestorm. Went on the attack, look at the buckled flipper. They attacked Decapitator. I think it was Matilda that caused the damage, and it was. I know the bee flew, but then the flywheel caught Firestorm. Too late to save Decapitator, counted out by the red bot, didn't have a 3-man, couldn't right itself. But what damage now lingers for Firestorm for later on in the competition. Decapitator really looked to me to have too high a ground clearance when pitted against a wedge-shaped machine like Firestorm. The end is nigh. Didn't really cause a hive of activity in there, did it? Decapitator. And the pollen count from the crowd is to count it out. Over the flame pit, the fur's on fire. Circular twirls the bee and dumps it. But up in those control pods and everywhere else in the arena and in the pits, we'll be thinking about that damage to Firestorm. Top of your picture there. Beautiful. We love to see damage like that. Matilda does, and Killalot does. Oh dear. Well, if it was a worker bee, it wasn't tremendously industrious, and if it was a queen bee, he's been well and truly dethroned. Goodbye.
Cease. Roboteers, stand by.
There's the Firestorm team, Graham Bone, Alex Mordue, Hasel Heslop, and the disrespectful Steve Merrill. I will have words. Dead Metal, your mission, destroy, destroy. Sir Chromalot for me, thank you. And Sergeant Bash is in there as well. Steve's never been happy since I mentioned his weight.
3, 2, 1, activate.
I can't talk, Steve. Great fun you've been with Sir Chromalot, but automatically and already in peril.
Left wide open now.
Left wide open because Firestorm went straight for them from the start and pushed them on the arena sidewall. Sir Chromalot gleaming again. Firestorm have repaired that earlier damage they took from Matilda.
Oh dear. Oh, he's only broke our flag. I can't believe it.
Broken the flag? He's broken it all, Steve. They are worthy competitors because they're great fun, but they've been well beaten here by Firestorm. Just from the initial onslaught, they were left wide open. They're counted out, Sir Chromalot. Steve and Ray Tate. The weaponry was actually improved, I felt, this time with Sir Chromalot from previous series. But when up against it right from the start of a battle there, so much work to be done. When toppled so early, and Sergeant Bash has them in the pincer onto the floor flipper, and we're about to see 96 kilos of shiny Sir Chromalot, dented and tattered. There it flew, our knight of the round table. Would need more than Merlin to help it out there. Dead Metal with the circular saw and the scorpion pincers about to remove Sir Cromalot from the scene. And a message to Steve, in the best possible humour, because I'm a great admirer, I am in a position to keep on talking through the rest of this battle, and heat, and series. But I'm afraid Sir Cromalot is about to be silenced. He who laughs last.
Cease.
You know the rest.
Roboteers, stand by.
Is it me, or do the Firestorm team, Graham Bone, Alex Mordue and Hasel Heslop, look worried by the Reactor boys, Russell Orton, Martin Crouch, Daniel Orton? Perhaps by the presence of Sir Killalot, Invincible. Perhaps they're concerned by the appearance of Shunt. Will they be pushed into the pit of oblivion?
3, 2, 1. Activate.
The big question, how much damage has Firestorm sustained to that weaponry? Is it merely now a wedge driven up onto Reactor? Has its own flipper? No, the Firestorm flipper is working. So that's answered that question. And again, flipping Reactor 2 onto its side. And pursuing, pressurizing, pushing Firestorm. It's taken a good robot to beat this machine in the past. Only machines like Fraser, Chaos 2, Dominator 2 have managed to curb Firestorm. And Reactor 2, driven onto the side wall, is imperiled once again. If not impaled, comes down, slams its axe onto the arena floor, and in goes Firestorm again, just dodging Sir Killalot, squeezing between the CPZ and its opponent Reactor. That's good driving by Graham Bone. Reactor here is certainly the weaker of the two, and Zamen out! And Firestorm 3, the flourish of tossing an opponent out of the arena. Well done, Graham Bone, Alex Mordue, Hasel Heslop, through to the series semi-final. A concerted and well-measured drive, and Reactor 2 balanced and toppled and crashed out of competition.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's the Firestorm machine of Graham and Alex, and Graham's girlfriend Hazel up there. Hypnodisc back in the arena, of course, with a formidable spinning power as well. The Rose family, Dad, Ken, and brothers Dave and Derek. They spin to win, they say. In the arena for the house robots, Sir Killalot emerges with the crushing claws and the lance. And Shunt back again with the axe and the scoop and the pushing power.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Flipper against spinning disc. Classic Robot Wars encounter. In goes Firestorm. Oh, and as the first bash of the Hypnodisc weapon caught Firestorm out. I think it's done its damage there. Firestorm had problems getting through. It ran into Matilda's flywheel tail and took damage to its flipper, and to me that still looks buckled. Hypnodisc releases the button that sends the pit of doom descending. How disappointing for Firestorm. Disposed of Reactor 2 and its seat, tossing it spectacularly out of the arena. But what an anticlimax. Beaten by Hypnodisc's first charge, Graham and Alex and Hazel. Dispirited as Shunt gives a little nudge onto the flames. All the way, of course, slowly, very surely, inexorably to the pit. Or maybe the floor flipper. Yes, it's going to be Robot Wars semi-final FFF. The floor flipper factor. And crashes down onto the arena once again. Brave competitors, the Firestorm team, ever present in Robot Wars history, whether with the Groundhog or Firestorm machine. And don't forget, we'll be seeing them again in this semi-final. In the losers melee, they still have a chance if they can get Firestorm repaired in time. If Killalot doesn't create too much damage here. Go on, Killalot, throw him down the pit. Let Firestorm have time for repairs. They spun to win again.
Roboteers, stand by.
Alex Attack team on the left, Firestorm on the right. And in their own pod, the Wheelie Big Cheese threesome. In the arena for the house robots, Sergeant Bash to confuse things with the flamethrower. And for maximum meltdown, dead metal in there too.
3, 2, 1.
Hardly mellow yellow out there in the arena. The three yellow machines, a banana skin battle developing. Wheelie Big Cheese in the middle, trying to get underneath Panic Attack's front porch to flip. Firestorm recognising the danger of Wheelie Big Cheese. Hey, look, I better take you out first. Firestorm, at the moment, the speedier of the three, and they're up to 12-mile-an-hour top speeds. They're all locked together. What is wrong with Wheelie Big Cheese's flipper? Nothing. Panic Attack spins to the ground. The flipper yawns open. Is it stuck open? No. Like a great yawning mouth, it closes once again. Panic Attack on the pit release button, but not depressing it. Wheelie Big Cheese is against the arena side wall, and Firestorm's flipper nearly came into play then. Trying to toss 99 kilos of cheese out of the arena. A jet of flame. Wheelie Big Cheese is up against that arena side wall. Firestorm doing all the nagging. A real irritant in there, but they need to get out of the CPs, out of the Sergeant Bash can attack them. Wheelie Big Cheese is wedged underneath the side angle grinder, and I don't think can get out of there now. They need to slam that machine into reverse. You can see the studs on the tyres giving him some purchase. Robotic Hasel Heslop, Wheelie Big Cheese is away. Slams into Sergeant Bash, hardly advisable. Panic Attack doesn't seem to be mobile. Yes, it is. It just moved, and that'll do. And there you can see the Firestorm boys, and in the background, Kim Davis of Panic Attack concentrating. His machine is just moving. The pit release button has been depressed. Firestorm has done all the work for me thus far, should it go to a judge's decision. Panic Attack hasn't done a great deal, and Wheelie Big Cheese seems to be waging its own war against itself. Firestorm against the arena side wall, and Panic Attack now comes back out. Are they playing cat and mouse? Come into my parlour, said the spider to the fly. Well, I don't know. Panic Attack. Oh, Firestorm's in underneath. Can we see a flip in? No, they've missed an opportunity. Not great style by the Firestorm boys. Missed a chance to attack there. Wheelie Big Cheese, what has happened to Roger Plant's machine? It's being counted out. They're the first to go in this losers melee. Don't forget, the winner of the losers melee goes straight back into the main competition. Panic Attack, again susceptible to a Firestorm attack. The cheese is gone. They're out of it. A major surprise act for me in this semi-final. I thought Wheelie Big Cheese with a big number. No, they're not. Firestorm left in there with Panic Attack, and the judges will have to decide which of these two stays in the competition and which goes out at the end. Dead Metal has a say in it, and if anything, Panic Attack finishing the stronger there.
Well, Wheelie Big Cheese didn't make it. Panic Attack and Firestorm throw themselves at the mercy of our judges.
Well, Firestorm worked hard on Wheelie Big Cheese and played a huge role in the cheese going out. Panic Attack took an attack there. All these will be considered by the judges. For me, Firestorm was the more aggressive.
We have a judge's decision, and there's one thing I can assure you of. The winners are wearing yellow. They're looking at style, control, damage, and aggression. And I agree with the decision. They've gone for Firestorm!
We've seen that the flipper is working again. Not at its maximum potential, though, I think. Robotic checks out the arena floor. Up in the control booths, we have the Pussycat Boys, Alan and David Gribble, Robert Bettington. And the Firestorm machine, Graham Bone, Alex Mordue and Hasel Heslop, Graham's girlfriend. We have Shunt in there as well, with the Diamond Edge axe and the scoop. And alongside him for the house robot, Sergeant Bash with the flamethrower and the pincers.
3, 2, 1.
Blade against Flipper. Pussycat, rocking and rolling, won't mind that, crashes down. Can run either side up. Hasn't got a screamer because of the way it's built. It's designed to crash around topsy-turvy style. Firestorm driving Pussycat onto the arena side wall. The angle grinder in there. The sparks flying again. Through and across the torch pit goes Pussycat towards the pit release button. Firestorm here is doing all the driving. At 100 kilos, it's 5 kilos heavier than Pussycat. Pussycat just the quicker machine. This is a good and sturdy battle here. Much more aggression than we saw in the previous fight. Only one survivor will go through to the grand final, and that's a good attack by Firestorm. Pussycat riding up high, but Firestorm's flipper worked. Good style at the controls of Firestorm by Graham Bone, and the judges will have noticed that. Now they come into just push Pussycat where they want them to go on the arena. Maybe towards the pit release button. Yes, they've slammed them onto the pit release button because Firestorm believe now they've got the upper hand. They've seen the tactic, get in underneath that high ground clearance of 10 centimetres, wedge them up high and carry them to the pit or to the CPZ, where Shunt comes in with a diamond edge blade. Pussycat away. But will previous victories in this series against the Executioner, Claude Hopper, Fluffy and Panic Attack mean nothing? Will Pussycat fall at this stage? Because for me, Firestorm are well on top. They reached the semi-finals of Series 4. They were defeated by Dominator 2. But for me, Firestorm are heading through here if they can get away from Shunt. They came dangerously close to the CPZ. Oh no, what's happened to Firestorm? For a minute I thought they were immobilised. They've stopped, they haven't. They've got control again. They've turned. Late onslaught here by Pussycat. For me, it's come too late, too little, too late. The clock is counting down to a judge's decision. Firestorm, had it gone on longer, might have been in peril. I think they've done enough, judges. What about you? Firestorm in underneath Pussycat, thrown up in the air, doing all the chasing Firestorm, using the flipper well. Pussycat never got the blade working here to effect. Firestorm didn't take damage, but kept coming, kept going. That's where Pussycat took damage. Firestorm must be ahead by this stage, I would have thought.
Well, the judges have made their decision, and you know what they're looking at. You probably dream about it. Style, control, damage, and aggression. The number 2 seeds have gone. They've gone for Firestorm!
Roboteers, stand by.
Razor facing Firestorm. The Razor boys, Simon, Ian and Vinny. And the Firestorm team, Graham Bone, Alex Mordue, Hasel Heslop. Sergeant Bash is in the arena with the flamethrower and the pincers. Also fighting for the house robots alongside our Sarge is our Matilda as well. Gruesome, Ghastly, the Tusks, the Flywheel.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Razor with the huge crushability factor and immediately grappling with Firestorm. And Firestorm's Graham Bone came head-to-head with Razor, and I wonder if that was wise. But I wonder if he thought we have to get at them quickly because we won't last. And look at the crumpling power of Razor's beak. They say it's part bird, part reptile, the coolest-looking robot on Earth. It is a deadly machine. And the Firestorm team know they have a battle to survive. Survive they do, and turn away. But look at the front flipper. Is that not wedged open, or do my eyes deceive me? Which means the very innards of Firestorm are now open for any Razor attack. Razor slams onto the front flipper and ironically crumples it back into place. And there goes the pit release. Now Razor has Firestorm in its grip, letting it get away. Firestorm across the arena floor. What next? Back into Razor, slamming it against the arena side wall. We've already had one major surprise. Will the Razor boys have another against them? Ian Lewis, the driver. The weapons operator, Simon Scott. There had Firestorm by their grips. They've let it go again. And Simon looks worried. And the rep bot looks concerned too. And Razor here. Oh, I thought they were immobilised. They've come back onto the attack to take on Firestorm once more. Oh, across the pit. How did they survive that? I've heard of walking on water, but walking across the pit of oblivion, never before have we seen that. Firestorm away into the safety of the central arena area. Razor out again, head to head, beak to flipper, metal to metal. Dancing so near that pit once again into the CPZ, almost an action replay. Against the tyre, Firestorm pushes, Razor retreats. They are skirting with oblivion, literally. Sergeant Bash, a crash, and Firestorm is pinned into the CPZ. And away, what action we've seen here in this battle. Once more they crumple. I'm not too sure whether the Razor beak is working fully. Down it comes once again. But it seems to lack that penetrating power we've seen in the past. Firestorm is in its grip. What will happen? It looks as if we're going to go to the judges. This was an unbelievable contest. What a battle, one of the closest I've seen. Nip and tuck, no quarter arse nor given. And I don't think we've seen its like before.
Well, what an amazing fight. Both robots still mobile. A right ding-dong of a battle. I wouldn't want to be a judge, not right now. While they're making up their mind, let's review some red-hot robo action.
Well, Razor got straight at Firestorm there. The Firestorm flipper opened and seemed for a while to be wedged open. They had the bravery to attack Razor, almost into the pit. Who was winning at this stage? Impossible to tell. Oh, but I've heard while we were watching that the three judges, Martin Smith, Dr. Mara Wilson and Professor Noel Sharkey, were examining the robots for damage. Craig, what did they find?
First of all, I want to ask the audience who they think won the fight. If you think Firestorm won that battle, make some noise! If you think Razor won that battle, make some noise! Well, surprisingly, from the audience's point of view, the judges have got it right. They've gone for Razor! Guys, they want everybody to know that it is the closest fight they've ever marked on Robot Wars. It's the hardest decision they've ever had to make on Robot Wars. We're looking at style, control, damage, and aggression. See, I think you won aggression. Yeah. You pushed them around, you only got them in pitch twice. Razor's always going to win on style. Yeah. Always going to win on style. It came down to damage. Yeah. And they inflicted a little bit more damage than you did. They got a lot more damage than you did. They got into your internal organs. One of your cylinders went. Yeah. How'd you feel?
Not too bad, really.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel gutted for you.
Well, a little bit disappointed.
Are you surprised by the decision?
Not really, no.
You have had one fantastic journey. Yep. You came through the loser's melee. Then you took on the robot that's ranked second in the UK, and you battered him. And you almost beat the world champion. Yeah. You've had a good Robot Wars, haven't you?
Very good Robot Wars, yeah.
I know you're disappointed, but that's what the judges have decided.
Yeah, fair enough.
Take a bow to the audience. I think they love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Firestorm!
Roboteers, stand by.
Hypnodisc, whose championship hopes ended in the pit. The Rose family, Dave and Derek and Ken. And Firestorm, bashed up and bruised, Graham and Alex and Hazel. Thumbs up says we're ready for Sir Killalot to enter the arena with the claws and the lance. And Matilda as well, tusks and the flywheel.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Hey, and I'll tell you what, third place in Robot Wars, that's not bad. And they want this. Firestorm on the Hypnodisc. Hypnodisc backing away. No conservative approach here from Hypnodisc. They're going to go gung-ho for it, retreating to draw Firestorm on. Is the Firestorm flipper working? Can they get underneath Hypnodisc's 20mm ground clearance? They're driving, aren't they? They're pursuing straight into Sir Killalot's belly. Sir Killalot looks stunned. No one has ever attacked him like that before. Firestorm presses the pit release. Down it goes. This is fast and frantic and frenetic, isn't it? Firestorm under the side of Hypnodisc again. Across the arena up to 12 miles an hour. They've both gone down. Work that one out.
Come on, guys. The judges have said they want a rematch. Now, is that OK with you?
It's fine, yeah.
OK. The judges said they want a rematch. Is that OK with you?
We would like to do it, but unfortunately we're actually immobile. We've lost some electronics somewhere, so we can't continue. I'm
so
afraid.
You can't continue.
The weapon's working, the self-righter's working, but we just
the
can't
robot
move.
is immobilised.
I think it must have been something's come loose when we hit the pit.
Well, unfortunately, then, if you're immobilised, you know the rules.
Yeah.
The decision has gone to Firestorm. What went wrong? What a fight! I mean, you're inflicting again so much damage on them. You took off their wheel guards, you know, but it's all sort of cosmetic damage. They're still running.
Yep.
You guys aren't.
Yeah, they had a lot of armour. Their flipper was damaged in their previous battle, and they put a lot of armour on top, so we just couldn't really get through it.
Yeah.
And their manoeuvrability was superior to ours, and they got us in the pit.
All the way through this competition, you've done so well. You've done so well, and then just at the end, you crashed and burned.
Yeah, we'll have to come back again and have another go, won't we?
Oh, we certainly hope so. We certainly hope so. Hypnodisc! You get third place?
We do, yeah.
You happy with that?
Very happy, yeah.
I mean, it's been one tremendous journey. You have had more fights in this competition than any other robot.
That's right, yeah.
Because you came to the losers melee as well.
Yeah, we got knocked out by Hypnodisc.
Yeah.
So we'll come back for a bit of revenge.
And you come back and you got your revenge. I tell you what, if you look at your robot, it doesn't half look like it's been an award, doesn't it?
That's what it's meant to look like, doesn't it?
When it arrived at the beginning, all those weeks ago, it was just like kind of gleaming. And now look at it.
Looks a bit sad, doesn't it?
Hey, but it's well worth it, third place.
Definitely, yeah.
I tell you what, the fifth war has done wonders for your ranking as well, hasn't it?
It definitely has, yeah.
It's going to have to go up now. Ladies and gentlemen, please, what a robot. What roboteers. Let's hear it. Firestorm!
From Preston in Lancashire, Megahertz 2.
Ah, at last, Robo Wars enters the computer age.
Megahertz. Now, here, what's this about an automatic infrared weaponry system?
Well, what we've got on the side of the robots and on the front...
I'm going in.
Oh, you're going in.
Oh, we've got the keyboard. Very nice. And?
These photocells here detect a robot which comes within 6 inches of the side of it and automatically fires these axes.
These axes here, which you can't really see because they're padded up for now.
There we go.
Ooh.
Plenty of RAM from the 24-volt motors, loads of megabyte from the flipper axe and spikes, but monitor this lightweight armour closely and you'll see this computer bot could crash easily.
From Hopton in Lancashire, Cedric Slammer.
Got a grudge, got a monkey on your back. This has.
This is Cedric Slammer. Show me what's going to happen to Cedric and how he'll react. Oh, no! Yes. OK, Cedric's not going to last very long, is he? What have you got on this robot that makes sure your robot lasts?
Well, we've got a self-righting mechanism if they do manage to flip us,
OK.
so we can get back on our feet.
Yep.
And it's a quick robot and it should get out of the way before it gets any damage.
Newcomers to Robot Wars, heavy steel blades on a high-speed spinning vertical car wheel provide the slam. The welding looks suspect in places to me.
From Langley Moor in Durham and number 3 seed, Firestorm 4.
Only Razor beat this last time.
Number 3, here they are, the Firestorm team. How long did it take you to completely rebuild this robot?
It's taken the last 4 weeks.
4 weeks, and they've completely rebuilt it. I think that's a huge achievement. Who are you worried about? Have you checked out the competition?
They all seem pretty good robots, but they do have the ground clearance.
Wedge shape with a pneumatic forward hinge flipper, 2-wheel drive with a unique active differential, powerful, manoeuvrable, twice grand finalist, 3rd in the last series of Robot Wars.
From Preston in Lancashire, Colossus.
Looks strong, and I'll tell you what, they're confident in the pits.
Okay, Firestorm, bad news.
Not too bad.
Cedric Slammer, bad news.
Oh, no, no.
And Megahertz, bad news?
No.
No?
Runs on an 11-inch go-kart wheels. The body panels are of titanium dural. The chassis made from 19mm square box section with a powerful pneumatic flipper at the front and diamond cutting disc at the back.
Roboteers, stand by.
On the left in the pod, Megahertz, Captain Dave Land. On the right, Firestorm, Graham Bone and Hasel Heslop. Oh, they all look happy, don't they? For now. And on the left there, Cedric Slammer, Team Captain Jason Orty. And on the right, Colossus, captained by Robert Kenyon. There's Sergeant Bash in the arena for the House Robots with the flamethrower. And once again, Sir Killalot, the deadly, the mighty, the awesome, the extremely, unworryingly ugly.
3, 2, 1.
So watch out for Firestorm 4 there to your right of your picture, the little yellow wedge. She did 3 for this competition already. We're seeing Cedric Slammer involved and almost turned turtle by Firestorm 4 and the flipper. And indeed, thrust up and over there, Cedric Slammer, a machine that uses a self-righting mechanism. We call them streamex in Robot Wars, if you're unaccustomed to that phrase. But at the moment, looks very sluggish. And were the wheels turning? If they're immobilised for more than 30 seconds, they are out. The judges will decide. And it seems to me that Firestorm 4 certainly has put paid to Cedric Slammer. Yeah, the weapon wheel, the vertical spinning heavy-bladed wheel is turning, but the ref bot and the judges are looking. There's President Sharky in the middle there. Looked a bit quizzical, didn't he? But the pit release button has been activated by Colossus. Oh, and now they're flipped up into the CPZ by Firestorm. Firestorm looking pretty impressive so far. Now they've got off the Megahertz. This is very good driving by Graham Bone. Very aggressive. And look at Colossus having released the pit button. Oh, and Sergeant Bash nearly into the pit. Then Colossus left themselves open for attack by Firestorm, and they've not recovered. The judges look on. I think they'll count Colossus out because they've been in the CPZ too long, having virtually driven themselves in there. I know they're twitching, but for me, they're out. Oh, Megahertz, meanwhile, on the verge of the pit, Firestorm pushes them into what would normally be a bit of gloom, doom and despondency. I'm not too sure. I think Megahertz might be allowed to carry on. For me, this machine, Colossus and Cedric Slammer there, have already gone in this heat. What do I know? Certainly Craig's going to have to help me out here, and the judges do. Oh, that's all we need! Firestorm have now got it! Mayhem, absolute mayhem! Firestorm team, design engineer Graham Bone and design draftswoman Hasel Heslop. And barbaric response, Zach Damian and 6-year-old Bruce Barber. There in the arena is the Growler for the House Robots with that huge crushing jaw. And also, Mr. Psycho. Together, they weigh over 1,000 kilos. Don't go in the corner patrol zones. The House Robots will simply mush you. Firestorm. Just wheeling around barbaric response, which nudges the pit release button and gets in underneath Firestorm 4. It would be a huge surprise here if barbaric response were to win this battle. They are newcomers to Robot Wars. They lack experience. Those two have bags of that Firestorm 4. This is the 5th series they've fought in. Barbaric response takes a little bit of a nudge and bounces down neatly, can get up to 20 miles an hour. By far the faster of these two robots, just the lighter. The red bot gets in the way. Firestorm pushes the red bot against the arena wall. You can see Growler there at the top of your picture. And red bot did get far too close. And Firestorm 4 it was, thrust him over, and now is beginning really to work up ahead of steam. It rocked into barbaric response, which turns neatly away, gets almost there, stuck on an angle grinder, and Firestorm 4 is wedged in underneath, backs away. There's Mr. Psycho with that hugely powerful hammer raised high. Barbaric response is flipped. Can they use the front flipper to self right there? I'm not too sure they can. I think barbaric response are wedged. Zach Barber at the controls. Young Bruce watches on. Firestorm, meanwhile, centre of the arena, staying out of trouble. For me, that's the end of barbaric response. Mr. Psycho, you could just see the huge grabbing arm there entering your picture. but I don't think there's any response from the barbaric one. No, there isn't. Firestorm 4 through to the heat final. Oh, poor little Bruce.
Roboteers, stand by.
Hazel, you're on the telly. Everyone's watching. There with Graham and the Firestorm machine. And Exterminator, Marlon Pritchard, Simon Baldwin there at the controls. Marlon looks very confident, pumping up the crowd. In the arena for the house robots. Shunt with the bulldozer blade and the frightening axe, and Matilda with the flywheel and those formidable tusks. Terrifying. Ugh.
3, 2, 1.
Winner of this goes through to the series semi-finals. Firestorm been there before, finished third in the last series, twice a grand finalist. All a little bit edgy. Pit release button activated early by Exterminator. Perhaps they feel they have to get in an early thrust or two. The longer it goes, so Firestorm would be favoured. Firestorm trying to get the flipper in underneath. Exterminator having the problems with the axe, making it work, making it powerful and penetrating. They've relied on the bulldozer scoop at the front of their essentially wedge-shaped machine as well. It's a bulkier wedge. Exterminator and Firestorm both weighing in at 100 kilos. Firestorm in underneath. Goodness me, that was close. And Simon Baldwin knew it. Now, Exterminator is tumbled and rumbled. And look at this, the power and pace of the attack by Firestorm in underneath. Great timing of the flipper. Exterminator rolled to the arena side wall. Well, he looks so cool, doesn't he, Graham Bowman? That was masterful driving, because without the axe working, I don't think Exterminator can self-right. The ref bot can't remove them from the side wall because they're not impaled accidentally there. They were driven on by an opponent. They've got 30 seconds to self-right, otherwise they're out. And Firestorm will be through. Oh, Firestorm, get away from Shunt. That wasn't too clever, Graham, but oh, was it? Look at that, they're taking on Shunt. Up comes the flipper of Firestorm. A hydraulic flipper. Not only are they trying to beat Exterminator, they're trying to thrust Shunt out of the arena, I think, and that's no mean feat. Shunt overturned. The crowd love it when the house robots are flipped and tipped and beaten and bullied, and we remember it. And we'll have our day. We will have our day. Firestorm, the house robots team. Well, we presume Exterminator are going to be counted out any second now, because that's what you can see on the ref bot. And Shunt is trying to gain some measure of revenge, but Firestorm 4, the third seed, massively impressive. Exterminator counted out. Firestorm 4 through to the series semi-finals. Well done.
Roboteers, stand by.
Two good teams here, John Denny and Richard Morris of the 13 black team, and their Graham Bone, Hasel Heslop of Firestorm 4. In the arena, Sir Killalot with the lance and the pincers. Good to see Shunt back in action, as always.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Did take 13 black, a couple of judges' decisions to get through their heat, but still for me they look very impressive. Mind you, Firestorm so experienced, and flicking 13 black immediately over. Now, can 13 black right itself? It can technically run upside down. It'll need to after that thrust, and we'll see whether there is life in 13 black now. Well, they tell me it can technically run upside down. Run, waddle, struggle. Firestorm comes in for the kill. And the 13 black team really up against it here now. One of the big 750mm spinning discs turning, but slower and slower. And the ref bot has a nudge and a check. And I think John Denny there with the beard, the captain and driver of 13 black, probably realises the worst is just about to happen. Or is it? Is Firestorm moving? Well, he grimaces. John at the controls of 13 black. Is Firestorm wedged in? Is 13 black wedged in? The ref bot therefore can go in and examine. Firestorm's gone up on the angle grinder on the sidewall. And that is not good driving by Graham Bone. That's better away. So Firestorm certainly mobile and on the offensive. Looks like some dreadful insect struggling for life. 13 black in there. Firestorm coming in. They actually drove themselves into the pit in their first fight in this series, in their heat. Survived, though, because two others have been immobilised before them. Went on, beat Exterminator in their heat final, and they wait now Firestorm 4 before coming in to drive on 13 Black. The wheels are spinning, but it's going nowhere. And the ref bot has another look. It actually helped both robots out, I think, here earlier to get them off the arena sidewall. 13 Black promptly went back up on the sidewall and therefore will be counted out. And once again, we'll go into the losers' melee with Firestorm 4 clean through to round 2 of this semi-final. Need to get involved in anything silly now, Firestorm 4. Cease is finally called. What's Firestorm 4 doing here? Ah, little friendly help for 13 Black. It's all right now, Graham, it's all over. Oh, big boys don't cry.
Roboteers, stand by.
Good competitors, Graham Bone and Hasel Heslop, the Firestorm team, and there Dave, Pete, Ian and S3, and Matilda's in the arena with the tusks and the flywheel and Dead Metal, already impressive in the semi-final, is back again. The winner of this battle goes through to the series grand final. It is as simple as that. Firestorm getting in underneath S3. S3 beaten in the series semi-final round 2 stage by Razor last time around. Firestorm has been through to the grand final twice. Bags of experience and meat and muscle there, and something came off the arena sidewall. Such was the power of Firestorm's thrust. 100 kilos moving at 12 miles an hour, and S3 turned up on its side. Now that's an interesting problem. How are they going to get out of that one? Well, with a fair degree of nonchalance, it seemed initially, but then Firestorm's flicked them back and up and over! They cheated and they toppled, and Firestorm have flicked them out! And even S3 seemed to appreciate the tactics, crashing down onto our camera tracking system there. But what a good drive by Graham Bone. On the offensive, the initial thrust, then the first flick, up went S3 to come crashing down again. The second flick did all the damage. And though they tried to hang on, their own weight took them toppling. Super stuff, Firestorm.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Firestorm 4 team of Graham Bone and Hasel Heslop. The Tornado boys, Andrew Marchant, David Gamble and Brian Moss. In the arena for the House Robots, Shunt with the bulldozer blades. In the arena for the House Robots, Mr. Psycho.
3, 2, 1.
It was at this stage where Firestorm 4 crumbled in the last series, only to fight in the playoff and finish 3rd. Can they go one step further, Graham Bone? Hasel Heslop, they have their dreams. They also have Tornado dogged in pursuit already. And this is what Tornado is all about. It is a frightening little nagger, an irritant. It simply pursues and pursues, but the pursuer turns into the pursued there as the axe came down of Shunt momentarily, and Firestorm gets in underneath Tornado's 2.5 centimetre ground clearance. A lot of chasing going on there. It's cat and mouse. Tornado activates the pit. Down it goes. Firestorm very close. They're concentrating so hard out there. Tornado gets in behind Firestorm. That could have been so telling because the pit was yawning open for a mighty push. Firestorm up over Tornado, and Tornado now can push and shove. Ill-advised by Graham Bone, left itself open to the pushability factor of Tornado, which takes terrific damage there from Shunt. It's cleaved open a crevasse-like slice at the top there, you can see. Now Firestorm drives Tornado into a CPZ. Home of the House Robots, they're chasing each other's tails around there. Firestorm takes damage. What a battle this is. Very even. Firestorm away, head-to-head. Tornado up and over. Brilliance from Firestorm. Tornado, invertible, can run either way up over the top of Firestorm. This is terrific stuff. One of the best fights we've seen in Robot Wars: The Sixth War. Firestorm gives chase, only for Tornado to turn and get it underneath again. Tornado wanted that to happen. Come into my pile, I sent the spider to the fly. And Firestorm did just that. Tornado slams Firestorm against the arena wall. Back comes the number 3C to have another dig. Still that pit yawns open. Right at the top of your picture there, you see Firestorm. Right on the edge of Tornado. Tornado can push and shove. Almost there. Almost there. Both of them teetering on the edge of oblivion. Who's going to go down? Oh, Firestorm somehow got themselves out of trouble, but no longer. Yes. And Firestorm crash again, and it's Tornado through. Oh, once again they'll have to play off for third place. What a fight that was.
Roboteers, stand by.
Who have you got in the arena for the house robots? Dead Metal, look at the saw and the pincers. And Shunt.
3, 2, 1.
This for third place then. Firestorm, Force, Flipper, Terahertz with the axe. Very little ground clearance on Terahertz for Firestorm to exploit, but a good shove there. Slightly the heavier the machines. Firestorm into trouble in the CPZ from Shunt. Down comes the axe of Terahertz. And Firestorm on the end, on the receiving end of some mighty blows. Look at that! A huge hole appears in the front of Firestorm 4. Terahertz, like a mad thing out there. Graham Bone and Hasel Heslop look worried, but what's happened to Terahertz? They seem to have stopped. No, they haven't. I spoke too soon. Shunt comes out. Well, the axe is working, but apart from that, no. I don't think John Reed's machine is going anywhere. You can hop and jump about like a maddened flea as much as you want, but Firestorm 4 more measured and calm now. Know that Terahertz have stopped. The ref bot is counting them down and out, and that maddened spurt and spasm at the start of this third, fourth place playoff did them in. Firestorm 4, as Terahertz are counted out, finished third yet again. They're hopping and leaping, but it's Graham Bone and Hasel Heslop that finished there. Where are they going? Spirited to the end, the Terahertz team. Great to see them here again, and we hope they return. Go on, Dead Metal, now completely trash their machine. On the fire will do. One shot. Still the axe. That's going to be moving at Christmas in the year 2050, that axe. It'll still be axing away, even if it's the machine long gone into its robot grave. Somewhere the axe will be moving. It was frenetic and aggressive and hyperactive. And it was beaten into fourth place. What a run Terahertz have had. I love their semi-final victories against Spawn Again and Bigger Brother. But this is where it ends for Terahertz. Fourth in Robot Wars, the Sixth Wars. The only question now, where will the punishment end? A little flick from Dead Metal, they've righted themselves. I was only joking, I wouldn't like to see it damaged. Well, too much anyway. And the pit, a welcome release and a welcome relief for the Terahertz team. Cheerio for now, I hope. Firestorm finished third once again.
From Langley Moor in Durham, Firestorm 4th.
Third twice in a row in the UK Championships, now even more durable.
Okay, Firestorm, we know you've got that phenomenal flipper, but there's a little piece of steel.
A little addition, yeah.
Yes.
Hardened
How's
steel
that going to
plate.
help?
Well, what it'll do, because the lead's aluminium, and it was to a sharp edge, we always used to pick up damage. So we hope by adding this, we should reduce the damage that we get, which will keep us nice and low to the ground. Should be able to get under people easier.
Right, now you're renowned for being cool, but this could be really embarrassing if you went out first, couldn't it? 'Cause there's all those champions in there.
Yeah, it's always the most nervous part of the competition, not wanting to go out in the first round. You always want to get at least through the first phase.
Yeah.
A wedge-shaped machine with a pneumatic forward hinge flipper, two-wheel drive and unique active differential, powerful, excellent manoeuvrability, 3 times UK Championship Grand Finalist.
From Brighton to East Sussex, Bigger Brother.
By now, the Watts family should know what's what about Robot Wars.
Right, Bigger Brother team. Is that a secret weapon I see?
No.
Joe, who's that?
Pink Rabbit.
And why? Why is he there? What's he going to do?
He's just there for a badge of honour.
A badge of honour. You're going to take him out before you go in, though, aren't you? Now, are you going to take the opponents out? More to the point.
So as miles away with Pink Rabbit. Of course we are. We beat S3 in Series 5. Never fought Firestorm. So there's only one going out.
And it shouldn't be you. Ellie, what are you going to do to them?
We're going to crash them and bash them.
That's what we want from Robot Wars.
Previous UK Championship Grand Finalist, this self-styled nightmare in metal has a huge CO2 flipper, 12 miles an hour top speeds, and according to the Watts family, no weaknesses. Oh, like that.
Donisthorpe in Leicestershire, S3.
A hammerhead shark of a machine, this one.
Absolutely stunning. The S3 team there you are. Right, OK, what's different? Because you've lost to both these opponents before.
Only just, but yes,
What's going to stop you going out this time?
Well, we're against 2 flippers, and we don't usually do flippers, but we now do. We have an anti-flipper skid at the front. So the plan is that they run up it and hit the disc, and then it's bye-bye.
Right. That's the plan.
This has improved drive, more power, better control, is heavier, stronger and more destructive with the vertical disc, but don't trust that aluminium armour.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. The Firestorm team, Groundhog and Hasel Heslop. Thumbs up there to Bigger Brother on the left. Joe, Ellie and Ian Watts, and S3 captained by Dave Barker on the right. In the arena, Mr. Psycho. And Dead Metal too. Already, Firestorm on the attack. S3 trying to draw them on. Is that the plan? That's what we heard from the pits. S3 though, against the angle grinder there. You can see the sparks flying. Bigger Brother gets the flipper to work. Immediately driving on though is Firestorm once again. You get up to 12 miles an hour. S3 and jumping it out! Very quick! And over and out for S3. Firestorm attacking Bigger Brother now. Well, this is for pride and perhaps a little bit of a grudge because S3 are gone. They were bumping, they were barged. Up on the blade, looked vulnerable. A little flick on the way through from Firestorm. Bigger Brother took over. And out they went. Over in a trice, which was nice.
Roboteers, stand by.
Sergeant Bash is in the arena. Lick of flame never did anyone any harm. Yes, it did. And of course, with him is Shunt. Firestorm getting in underneath Dan Tom Kia and very nearly flipping him towards the arena sidewalk. But Dan Tom Kia's weight was crucial there, perhaps 100 kilos. Their lifting arm is up. They're over. They're up. They're over. They're on their side. Well, look at this. This is brilliant stuff. They're like a little frog hopping about out there, Dan Tom Kia. A little frog in a big arena pond containing the likes of Sergeant Bash. Firestorm taking on Sergeant Bash. No. Graham, no, that's it. Dan Tom Kia, you're supposed to be fighting. This is brilliant. Theatrics, almost balletic from Dan Tom Kia. Jumping around. Quicker than Fred Astaire out there. In underneath. Firestorm now. OK, boys, we've had the dancing, we've had the prancing. Now let's get that metal-munching mayhem together. Firestorm in underneath Dan Tom Kia again. They're over on their side. Very nearly demolished smashing our arena sidewall in the process. That is not allowed. We will remember. Sergeant Bash watches on as Shunt is in the thick of the action here. In the CPZ, down comes the Shunt axe onto the top of Dan Tom Kia. What a battle this is. They know they're in a fight. Firestorm is trying to get Dan Tom Kia out, but it just has not got enough power to shove that mighty Dan Tom Kia machine away. Are they still mobile? I don't think they are. Michael Lambert and Dan's 16-year-old son having a little bit of a conflab there. I don't think Dan Tom Kia is mobile here. It's stuck. It's not moving. At any moment, Graham Bone's going to come in for the kill, unless, of course, Shunt gets there first. Well, a terrific battle, but all that self-righting must have taken something out of Dan Tom Kia. The ref bot comes in any second now. I think you'll see the countdown, yes, starting. Oh, well, what a disappointing end for Dan Tom Kia, but what a terrific fight this has been. This is what the All-Stars is all about. That was brilliant for me. Dan Tom Kia, the loser. The trouble is, they weren't using their flipper as offensively as the Firestorm machine. Defensively, they were working hard, but it was energy sapping. And Firestorm once again proving such a durable machine. So we're about to say, any second now, ta-ta, Dan Tom Kia. Exactly. Couldn't put it better myself. Graham and Hazel, march on.
Roboteers, stand by.
Who have we got in the arena? Sergeant Bash for you. Look at those jaws. And his old partner, Shunt.
3, 2, 1, to vote.
The winner of this goes through to the All-Stars final against the winners of Heat 2. Firestorm just feeling out, bigger brother. Ho-ho. Bit of a ride up on top. Down they come. A bit tentative early on. Firestorm edges forward, trying to get in underneath that ground clearance of bigger brother. And that's the power of bigger brother's flipper. Bigger brother technically with a 0 ground clearance, but Firestorm will try and find a gap. There's little Joe at the controls of the weaponry of bigger brother. He can drive the machine as well, you know. He's a very good driver. Firestorm doing a lot of the pushing and shoving, but is that allowing bigger brother maybe to have a glimpse of what it can do? No, not on the evidence of this. Look at Firestorm. It's got bigger brother on its side and very near the CPZ. And out comes Shunt. Bigger brother crashes down again. Backs away. Very even so far. Hops up over Firestorm's onslaught. Firestorm in underneath the grinder. Needs to back away and did very, very quickly. And therefore, bigger brother couldn't squeeze and jam them in there. That was good work by Graham Bone to get out of that danger. Now attacking again. Pushing bigger brother up against the arena sidewall. Trying to get the flipper to work. Sergeant Bash in there as well. Once you go into a corner patrol zone, a CPZ, it means the house robots can do what they want, which is mean and merciless at times. And there goes the pit release. You can see top of the picture, the pit going down and down. And whose fortunes will descend with it? Bigger brother, very vulnerable there. If only Firestorm could have flipped them. Bigger brother taking a hammer blow. Who's going to go down the pit? Sergeant Bash trying to get a grip there of Firestorm. Bigger brother away. They crash again. They meet in the centre of the arena. A great fight, this. Now is Firestorm's flipper wedged open there. Have they lost the power of the weaponry? Bigger brother has sent something. Has come in on the attack. Down comes the axe scything down of Shunt, and Firestorm all of a sudden, oh no, the weapon's okay. Or was that the last thrust of the weapon, I wonder? The hydraulic weaponry is all askew. Bigger brother is as well. It's over, bigger brother. Can they self-right? And I just wonder where the bigger brother have gone. Firestorm was almost limping out of this battle, and it's turned the battle quite literally starting mechanism, mainly the weaponry itself, has lost all power, and they've lost the heat final, and Firestorm go through to the All-Stars final. Out go the Watts family. Graham and Hasel through. Very close.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots, Dead Metal. Watch those claws. And Sir Killalot watch just about everything.
3, 2, 1.
The beak of Razor, the flipper of Firestorm 4. Hugely powerful Firestorm 4. Very low ground clearance. 0.1 of a centimetre. Graham Bone at the controls. Very experienced. Previous All-Stars semi-finalists. Now in the All-Stars Grand Final, but under pressure from Razor. Mind you, Dead Metal has Razor in its clutches, and down comes the saw on the armament of Razor. Well, he's grinning it, he's bearing it, and Graham Bone is steering it. Firestorm 4, that is, back into Razor. Razor in trouble momentarily and away. Firestorm 4 wedged under the angle grinder, it seems. They need to move and move quickly, because Razor has the CF, the crushability factor. Graham Bone will know that. A design engineer by trade. Man who has guided Firestorm through many a Robot Wars battle, including the grand final of the 5th UK series of Robot Wars, when they were beaten by Razor. And Razor crumples down again. Part bird, part reptile. The whole is a mean machine. Also in there, Dead Metal. Razor on top in the All-Stars final. You don't need me to tell you that. Hasel looks glum. Graham Bone looks concerned. Razor looks triumphant. Out come the wings of victory, which signal the wings of doom for the defeated. The crowd waggle the pit banners and flags. Firestorm tries to turn away. It cannot escape the clutches of Razor. Now with the killer wheels, they say. What can Graham do here? Can he get the pneumatic forward hinge flipper to work? Time is running out. I don't think there's any life in that flipper, do you? Not really. I think they are almost accepting the inevitability of defeat. Razor squeezes the beak in. You're talking a very good machine. Crestfallen, I think, is the word. Well, the pit release has been activated. Firestorm, I think, trying to seek a way out, and no wonder. Razor punishing again. They really don't want to let Firestorm off the hook at all. They've made marks and tears and holes, scrapes and scratches. Absolutely dominant once again. Razor are about to win the All-Stars Championship again. Firestorm valiant, but vanquished. And they always knew they were second best. Razor all-conquering. Take a bow.
From Queensland in Australia, Bondi Titch.
Will this serve to Robot Wars glory?
This person has come the furthest that any person has ever come to be in Robot Wars. Where have you come from?
Brisbane.
Australia.
Yeah.
Tell me about your robot.
We got a very big hammer.
A very big hammer. So, do you think it can smash the likes of Firestorm?
Hopefully.
Between you and me, and I'm only saying this because you come a long way, the corkscrew team have a tendency to throw themselves in the pit if the pit is open. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
wedge shape with a polycarbonate shell and CO2 powered hammer, very manoeuvrable on two 750-watt motors, top speeds of 12 miles an hour, but very inexperienced.
From Selkirk in Scotland, Corkscrew.
And they hope to screw up a few reputations with this.
Well, they write songs about things in Scotland. Whether we win or whether we lose, there'll be a song about it.
You reckon?
We're not going to be singing it, but there will be a song.
It'll go along the lines of Pit.
A completely revolving body with 6 big bleeds. A total 360-degree killing zone there. Difficult to control, though.
From Belfast in Northern Ireland, Weldorf 3.
Once World Championship quarter-finalists.
The Weldor team, notorious for being rubbish. And that's a nice way of putting it. Going up against Firestorm.
Yes. Our main worry is Corkscrew, but...
Is it? Why?
Yes. Just, it looks as if it's going to do a lot of damage to us.
I think they're quite angry as well.
Yes.
They've got some grudges.
So we just want to stay away from them so we can get the robot in one piece back to Ireland.
A wedge flipper design with 24-inch rotating blades at the rear, the flipper at the front, 12-volt motors, a strong speed controller, but I question the stamina here.
From Durham in England, Firestorm 4.
Twice placed third in the UK Championships.
Hasel, Firestorm fame, representing England. The pressure's on. I mean, really, the pressure's on. You're up against the Scots.
Yes.
Those devils in kilts.
Skirts.
Do you think they can beat you? Not a chance, surely.
They'd be the one that I would be most wary of going into this fight. Yeah.
Normally they just throw themselves into the pit, though.
They're quite good at that. They got it down to a fine art.
Yeah.
Wedge shaped again with a pneumatic forward hinge flipper, two-wheel drive and unique active differential. Very powerful, excellent manoeuvrability. Two-wheel drive, though not as good as four-wheel drive for pushing.
Roboteers, stand by.
To the teams then, Weldon, Northern Ireland on the left, Phelim and David Lundy, Bondi Titch on the right, Matthew and Linda Jennings from Australia. And there on the left, the Corkscrew Heatley family from Scotland and Firestorm, Graham and Hazel from England. In the arena for the house robots, Mr. Psycho and Matilda. Tusks. Gruesome.
3, 2, 1.
And we get two machines go through to the second round. Very quickly off the mark was Firestorm. Again slamming into Weldor from Northern Ireland. Self-righting spectacularly. Corkscrew turning. Bottom of your picture. Over goes Weldor again. Can they self-right once more? Phelim and David Lundy from Northern Ireland. Good day, will it be for the Bondi Titch Australian team? I think Weldor is done for. They can't self-right this time. You're seeing there the Firestorm combination of Groundhog and Hasel Heslop, very powerful. Once again into the CBZ. Weldor taking a heck of a buffeting. Can they get it up and over? They can. Weldor's gone. Northern Ireland out of the competition. The Commonwealth carnage. Bondi Titch still in there now. Can they press the pit release? They can. Helped out by Firestorm. Once again, Firestorm very, very strong. Hugely experienced in the Robot Wars war zone. Bondi Titch, down comes the big hammer. Let's hope those skirts don't come down to the Corkscrew control box. Oh, they're going to spin their way into oblivion again. Very close to going down that pit. Their history in Robot Wars has been dogged by that sort of problem. Oh, the great power as they attack Bondi Titch. Off came the side panel. Look at this. Corkscrew's revolving blades tearing off the side panel there of Bondi Titch, flying away. Now we have the exposed innards. Had Firestorm 4 had an axe on board, Bondi Titch would have been finished there, but they have the flipper. The Australians surfing their way out of the competition, it would seem. A little kangaroo hop is all that's needed. Oh, into the corner they go, and I'll tell you, they're not waltzing Matilda at the moment with anyone. Firestorm 4 means a dance of death with Bondi Titch. They're in the corner, they need to get out very quickly. OK, so the hammer's got movement, but I don't think the machine is ever again going to get up to 12 mile an hour top speeds to you. Mr. Psycho comes in. Battle of the hammers. Ha! There's no match. Hammer? That's a hammer on Mr. Psycho. Oh, but good pace away. Ron Bondi Titch is still moving. Firestorm 4 behind, though. Flips. Not seen a lot of corkscrew in the last couple of minutes. Down comes a hammer on board Mr. Psycho. Little Matthew Jennings looks concerned, and they're out. Flipped and out by Firestorm 4. Spectacular, the English hope, the Australian and Northern Ireland dreams in tatters. There's corkscrew, surviving to fight on. They've made the second round, and now they're taking on Matilda. Massive power in those blades. Look at the damage caused to Matilda. They've hardly made a silk burst out of a sows here. In the same control box, look, and going through Corkscrew and Firestorm. Out though, Bondi Titch and the Weldor team from Northern Ireland.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, Mr. Psycho. Horrible eyes. And Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1, devote.
Panic Attack there, representing Wales. And Firestorm 4 from Durham in England doing all the chasing. Panic Attack, there's a bit of panic there from Kim Davis just steering away. Firestorm 4 up and over. 0 ground clearance on both these machines. Firestorm 4 is the quicker, again using that flipper. Panic Attack turning away, they're behind Panic Attack. Lost an advantage there actually, Firestorm 4. Now up onto the front prongs, and that's dangerous. Had that been nearer the arena side wall, Firestorm 4 would have been in jeopardy. Now they're on the push once again. Very strong machine. Once again trying to use the forward hinge flipper to great effect. Panic Attack into the CP's head. So too Firestorm 4, very quick. Good battle this, isn't it? Plenty of experience between the two. I remember Panic Attack losing to Firestorm 3 in the semi-final of the 5th Wars, the 5th UK Championships. Now it's Panic Attack's turn to come onto the attack. Firestorm 4 veers away. Good attack by the Welsh team there. Kim Davis, a fine driver. So too Graham Bone. Ever the Robot Wars bridesmaid. Been third in the UK Championship twice. Now Sergeant Bash comes out of a CPZ. Panic Attack dragged away. Caught side on by Firestorm. Turned on its side. Very, very slow to self-right. Panic Attack, if they can self-right at all from there. As Graham and Hazel look on, I think Panic Attack here is finished. Can they come down? They're trying to self-right. The lights are blinking. Kevin Pritchard looks on. There we can see Graham Bone peering out from his control pod as well. A little shove on Panic Attack. Firestorm awaits, the ref bot checks. Panic Attack, I don't think he's going to self-right. If they're immobilised for 30 seconds or more, the ref bot will count them out. Firestorm 4 says, where's your watch, ref? There it is. And the countdown to Commonwealth Carnage Oblivion for Wales begins. The pit release has been sounded. Firestorm 4 wants Panic Attack down the pit. They're out. Firestorm 4 has gone through. And now all that remains is send Panic Attack not back to the valleys, not back to those famous Welsh pits, but down perhaps into our gloomy, doomy pit of oblivion. Hoisted by Mr. Psycho. Oh! And there in the background, Firestorm 4 has taken on the house robots. Panic Attack being hoisted away by Mr. Psycho. Go on, Firestorm! If you can lift Mr. Psycho, that is one heck of a robot. Mr. Psycho, just a glance there of the hammer to say, no, you'd be ill-advised. He's after Firestorm 4 now. Now that Bash was flicked up and over on its side. And no wonder Firestorm's running away here. Get out of trouble. Oh, 6'2", eyes of blue. Mr. Psycho's after you. Firestorm form running away. Where is he? Go on, Psycho, have a look. No. Come back on Panic Attack. Mr. Psycho, after all, likes to hit a object that isn't moving, that is defenceless. He has no mercy. Panic Attack, worthy, but beaten. Oh! Firestorm 4 underneath Mr. Psycho! Can they do it? Look at Mr. Psycho! That is a huge weight!
Cease.
Mr. Psycho saved by the cease! No! Timber! That's a first! Who on earth is going to haul Mr. Psycho up onto his feet? That'll take an army!
What are you playing at, mate?
Well, someone had to do it, didn't they?
Well, I'll tell you what. First of all, let's talk about Panic Attack. You had Panic Attack up against the side of the arena wall. Why didn't you flip him out? Were you just being nice?
No, it was the shape of Panic Attack. The way that the arms hinged on ours, I don't think we could get them out. So I thought that they're immobilised on the side, just leave them there. Wait for them to be counted out.
And then you thought you'd go and have a little walkabout and go playing. First of all, you bash, and then talk me through Mr. Psycho.
Well, I had a go when he was trying to roast Kim over the flame pit. I thought, no, get him away from the flame pit. But he saw us coming and got away. And then when he was putting Kim down the pit, I thought, well, he might just be slightly off balance. And he wasn't, but he reversed back on and he got to the right angle and we managed to tip him. So
it took ages for him to tip, though. I mean, his tracks were going like that, and he just couldn't get any grip. And then slowly but surely, boom. You enjoy that?
It's great fun.
That was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, what a robot! Raise the roof for Firestorm!
Look, I told you it would take a small army. Derek Foxwell, senior technical consultant, and Chris Reynolds, head of our house roboteers, out there with their boys. And Derek and Chris are doing some of the lifting as well. That's a surprise. Give you some indication of the size. Ooh, of Mr. Psycho, he's not happy. In the arena for the house robots, we've got Dead Metal with the serrated saw blade and the front pincers. And also Sergeant Bash, an old coupling there out in the war zone.
3, 2, 1.
If Firestorm 4 can get a quick drive in, this could be over very speedily. There's Dominic with the data gloves. There's an onslaught from Firestorm 4, but I'll tell you what, Crustacean dodged it. And again, though Firestorm 4 buffets, Crustacean has ridden that attack and away and tries to get the claws into use. Firestorm 4 very speedy on the turn, though. Up to 12 miles an hour. In terms of speed across the arena floor, they're evenly matched. Firestorm 4 drives. Crustacean is caught by Dead Metal. Now we'll see how tough those exposed tyres are. A vulnerable Achilles heel on the crowd. Crustacean slams or bounces off the arena side wall, but Firestorm 4 can come in there and hoist. Crustacean on its side. We know that Crustacean has a control problem. The aerial is situated between the eyes. That has caused problems in the bars. Graham Bone will know that as he peers out. Look at the concentration and the focus. Crustacean on its side. Can now Ian Visser, a computer consultant by trade, right the punctured Crustacean are not too sure they can surf right, not from there. The claws are ineffective. The ref bot checks. Oh, little Michaela. The young South African schoolgirl looked frantic there. And the ref bot counts down the hopes of South Africa, brave Commonwealth Carnage finalists. But this was a small crab in a very, very big bowl. And Firestorm 4 are the Commonwealth Carnage champions. At long last, triumph and a title for Groundhog and Hasel Heslop. And again, they're after the house robots. Or are the house robots after revenge for what Firestorm 4 did to Mr. Psycho? Dead Metal is running away. Firestorm 4's on the attack. And the house robots are running scared. Crustacean on its side, peers out. Sergeant Bash looks on. Firestorm 4 is underneath Dead Metal. I think they're just caught by the angle grinder, so they can't flip them out of the arena. In comes Sergeant Bash. They're loving it. I'm not too sure where the Hazel was. In crumples Sergeant Bash's jaws, but it's not causing any trouble for Firestorm 4 at this moment, or is it? Punctured Firestorm 4 now. The house robots are gaining their revenge. Firestorm 4, Commonwealth champions then. Putting the pressure on Dead Metal, but taking punishment themselves from Sergeant Bash. What a crumpling climax to the Commonwealth Carnage this is. Go on, get Dead Metal out. With the flipper, they're stuck together, they're locked together. but they know the trophy's heading back to the cabinet. Firestorm for the champs.
What an amazing fight. It turned into an exhibition. We have a Commonwealth champion. It is Firestorm!
From Ballater in Scotland, Daisy Cutter.
Newcomers to the war zone hoping to slice in a trice, which is nice.
All right, you three, tell me a little bit about your robot.
Well, it's a tractor wheel and it spins pretty damn fast, and hopefully it's pretty dangerous. We've got some nice weaponry here.
Some nice weaponry on the side, so it's an actual tractor wheel.
Half tractor wheel.
Half tractor wheel that you've designed into a killer machine, into that auditorium.
Yep.
Is this your first time in the wars?
It certainly is.
Are you nervous? Absolutely petrified they are. Look at them.
Stainless steel weaponry spinning at 1200 RPM, very compact, manoeuvrable, fast, very damaging. No streamet though.
From Langley Moor in County Durham and number 2 seed, Firestorm 5.
Has twice finished third in the series.
How are you feeling? You are the second seed. Do you reckon you're going to take this one easily?
We'll have to try. It is nerve-wracking in the first fight, but give it a go.
Now, have you made any modifications to the machine since we've seen you last?
We totally rebuilt the shell, and we've done a little bit of work on the inside on the plumbing, and maybe get the arm a bit faster. But other than that, it's basically the same machine as we had last year.
So a two-wheel driven wedge-shaped flipper, fast and manoeuvrable again, needs a bit of traction to push, but will be no pushover for anything, I can tell you.
From Haarlem in Holland, Bam Bam.
A grand finalist in Dutch Robot Wars.
We've got more Europeans in the competition, Ray! Now, what does your machine do?
Well, it has a very big axe that can hit very hard. And the main thing we have is that we can rotate the axe. So if you get stuck somewhere, we can still rotate and hit the opponent.
They claim that's the most powerful axe ever in Robot Wars history, mounted on a rotatable turret, designed around a cartoon character. Very slow though, and will wham slam Bam Bam, I can tell you.
From Fish Ponds in Bristol, Black and Blue.
A new robot and a clusterbot too, that means double trouble.
Describe what the clusterbot does.
Okay, so clusterbot goes in as one robot. They're mechanically coupled at the back. And then when we decide to, we can split apart and got double the trouble. And these are spinny weapons here, 20 kilograms, so they should do a lot of damage.
Now, what happens if one of your clusterbots goes down?
Unfortunately, the rules say that if 50% of the cluster's gone, we're completely out.
120 kilo, 6,000 RPM rotating drum in each cluster robot, dual attach capability. Easy to push around though, and when one hopper's gone, as he says, the whole lot's gone.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams then. Black and Blue with Stan and Jason Launchbury on the left, Bam Bam on the right, Eric and Ryan. Daisy Cutter there on the left-hand side, Graham Adams, captains, and Firestorm, Graham Bone and Hasel Heslop on the right-hand side. Old favourites, of course. There's Mr. Psycho in the arena, and Sergeant Bash too, representing the House Robots.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
What's special, you may say, about our number 2 seeds? It is brilliantly driven. It is formidable, it is durable, it is taking on the House Robots immediately, Black and Blue. Jason and Stan have actually fought before in Robot Wars with Mousetrap, you may remember. They've overturned Bam Bam's challenge straight away here, edging Black and Blue, one of the clusterbots, onto the Dutch machine, following through with the flipper, and Bam Bam on its side, toppled. Can they self-right, I wonder? There's the little Black and Blue clusterbot. Look, it looks a minnow, doesn't it? All together, Black and Blue weighs 99 kilos. All together, though. Don't forget that. There they are. 2 little uns against the spinning machine that is Daisy Cutter. Now, that looks a good machine. Bam Bam hasn't been able to self-right with what looks like a sort of dentist drill axe, doesn't it? Rather spindly, I feel. And they're on the pitch already. So that's what happens when the release was activated. Bye-bye, Bam Bam. Team Mousetrap, you just saw there, the back of the black and blue brothers, so to speak. Stan is actually Jason's dad, I believe. Daisy Cutter spinning away. Some debris showers onto the top of Firestorm 5, keeping out of damage way. And then levering black and blue towards the precipice. One goes, both go, all together, over and out. Black and blue.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, we have Sir Killalot with the claw and the lance, Shunt with the bulldozer blades and the axe.
3, 2, 1.
Return the second, the heavier here by 6 kilos. That could have a dramatic effect, but Firestorm 5 getting in underneath. Return the second's ground clearance, 0.4 of a centimetre, but yawning there. Down comes the axe of Shunt. Return the second trying to self-right. Firestorm 5 coming in for the kill. They've got them in the CPZ there. Immediately using their wedge shape to get in underneath Reptor in the second, flip and push into the CPZ, and that's where the house robots play. A worried look on the face of Gordon Townley, the engineer by trade, because Reptor in the second is in deadly peril here in that CPZ. Firestorm 5 trying to nudge it over and out of the arena. They cannot self-right. In comes Firestorm 5 with a flipping arm. Once again, it is a massively powerful flipper. Reptor in the second is on its side. It will not be able to self-right from there. We are moments away, I think, can self-right from there if there is enough pressure left. In the flipper, there isn't. It's teetering on the brink of oblivion. CO2 venting, sparks flying in the arena, and that's the end. Firestorm 5 through to the heat final, and in hugely impressive style. They got them in there. Reptor in the second, venting gases, no power. Firestorm 5 finished them off.
Cease. Roboteers, stand by.
So Killalot is in the arena for the house robots, the pincer and the lance, and Matilda with the tusks and the flywheel.
2, 1.
This to clinch the very last place available for the series semi-finals in the 7th Wars, and Firestorm 5 immediately on the attack and in underneath Ripper. And Ripper upended. And I'm not too sure whether they'll be able to self-right from there. If Firestorm 5 simply backs away and leaves them, Ripper will be beaten. It'll be very boring, mind you. Go on, get in. Put them back down so they can fight again. Might be daft, might be foolhardy, but it makes good Robot Wars 7th Wars action, and that's what we're here to see. Well done, Firestorm 5, getting into the drama of things. I hope they win after all this. Firestorm 5 against Ripper. I hope Ripper gets its big thrusting flipper working as well, because we haven't really seen it, or are they just waiting their moment like that? But they missed, and Firestorm 5 gets in underneath again, and they hit. That's the difference in experience between the two, perhaps. Firestorm 5 have them pinned up there on the arena side wall, and I don't think Ripper will come back down this time. John Finley at the controls as Graham and Hazel look on. Job done. Twice in Robot Wars, the 5th and 6th series, they have finished twice. What's happened to the count? What on earth happened? Refbot? What have you gone? Euro? I don't know. 28, 29, 10? He's gone daft. Firestorm 5 are the winners. And Ripper out of the arena. A wry smile on the face of a very, very good Roboteer.
Cease. Roboteers, stand by.
To look at the teams then, Adam Emmett, Daniel Emmett and Jeremy Honcock's a mute. And there's Graham Bone and Hasel Heslop, recently engaged. There's Matilda. Ooh. And also in the arena for the house robots, Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1.
Firestorm 5 in underneath Mute. Mute with 0.6 centimetres of ground clearance. 96 kilos is the heavier, would you believe it? Firestorm 5 relentless, pressurising. Mute hopping away. Expending CO2 all the while here. A little bit of an Inexperience showing perhaps. Oh, it looks dramatic. It looks lovely, doesn't it? Yeah, Fred Astaire will be proud. But Fred Astaire will be beaten by Firestorm 5, I would guess. And Firestorm 5 away and across the arena floor. And I think Mute was knocked into unconsciousness, but it's knocked out of the arena anyway. Inexperience show for me.
Cease.
Too tight to the arena sidewall. They daren't try and self-right. Not from there. They'd have hopped out themselves. And Firestorm, the coup de grace. Measuring, clinical, and there's the kill.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots, Growler, first time we've seen him in the semi-finals. Matilda in there again.
3, 2, 1.
Storm 2 is the most impressive robot of its type since the emergence of Tornado. Might even be better than Tornado. Will survive here though, against the formidable flipper that is Firestorm 5. And for me, only a game of opinions, the best driver in the competition in Graham Bone. Backing away. Isn't that just like it? I say he's a good driver, he hits the arena sidewall. That's in underneath Storm 2 though. And the Storm 2 bounced, did something come away? I don't know whether you noticed that. Firestorm 5 again crashes against the arena wall as Hazel looks on. Design draftswoman by trade. Storm 2 behind Firestorm 5. That's interesting. In underneath. Pit was released. Down it goes. Firestorm 5 dangerous. This for a place in the grand final. Firestorm 5 have been there before twice. But Storm 2 suddenly look menacing and they're on top, I would say. They have the side skirts to ward off flippers. They have the aggression, they have the 18 horsepower drive. Firestorm 5 is piggybacking its way towards the pit and just turns out in the end. That's good driving. Slammed against the angle grinder. Storm 2 is getting stronger as this fight goes on and Firestorm 5 weakening. The veterans need something. Storm 2 again, the push, Firestorm 5 gone! No grand final this time for Graham and Hazel. A wedding day to look forward to, but no grand final day on Robot Wars. Storm 2 through.
Well, from Addleston in Surrey, Cap 3.
Have fought in 5 wars, they're never really spectacular.
The All-Stars Championship.
Yeah.
Cat 3, how are we going to deal with this one?
Oh, I don't know. I think we might go for Panic Attack. They beat us in Series 5, so I think it's a bit of time, payback time.
How do you deal with a flipper, though?
Well,
we're quite good at self-righting, so as long as we don't get flipped out of the arena, we're going to be okay.
Has an aluminium body and polycarbonate base with all the weaponry and automotive components mounted on a central spine, strong armour, but has never really caused any real meows in the past.
From Langley Moor in County Durham, Firestorm 5.
5 times they've reached the series semi-finals in Robot Wars.
What are you going to do in the All-Stars battle for us?
What we're going to do? We'll have to go against Panic Attack, won't we?
Is it quite hard being in a battle when there's 3 other really good robots in there?
Yeah, because obviously there's a few alliances going on, so it's like, should we gang up on them, or there's a bit of that goes on.
Really?
Oh,
so
yeah.
you all get into a confab and just go, we'll get him out.
Yeah, it's a bit of a...
Graham, that is absolutely outrageous. Who have you ganged up with?
I wouldn't like to say.
A 2-wheel-driven wedge-shaped flipper, powerful, fast and manoeuvrable. But the 2-wheel drive can present problems with traction when pushing.
From Roth in Cardiff, Panic Attack.
Winner of the 2nd series of Robot Wars and still holds a proud record, never been beaten in a first-round melee.
You're out there with Firestorm 5.
Firestorm 5, who I think may have beaten us about 5 times before now, so perhaps a bit of revenge, we'll see.
Cat 3.
We're going to get it. That's the one we're out for. That's the one we can get. We're going to get it.
6-wheeled of alloy and polycarbonate construction with a lifting ram spike mechanism, battle-hardened. a new driver this year.
From Brighton in East Sussex, Bigger Brother.
3 times a Robot Wars Series semi-finalist.
You are a very, very famous robot, Ian.
I'm a famous robot.
Isn't he great? He's actually a robot. Joe here controls him, don't you, Joe?
Yeah.
Right, what are we going to do out there, Joe? You've got 3 other robots in the arena with you. They're all pretty tasty. Who are you going to go for first?
It's Shunt, Matilda, Sir Killalot, Mr. Psycho, Growler, or any house robot that gets in the way. In House Robots, your days are numbered!
Little Joe Watts, now 10, has grown up with Robot Wars. Again, never beaten in the first round of a battle. Cobalt titanium rear armour, bulletproof, and has the spiked flipper.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams then. Bigger Brother, the Watts family on the left, Panic Attack on the right-hand side. Cat 3 on the left there, and Firestorm 5 on the right. In the arena for the House Robots, Shunt and Cassius Chrome.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And 2 machines survive this first round battle of this, the All-Star Championship, and that's a terrific start by Firestorm 5. Shunt toppled, Bigger Brother helping out. The House Robot in real trouble there, so too actually Firestorm 5 momentarily up on the arena side wall. The ref bot comes in to have a check on Shunt. Bigger Brother is nagging away. Cassius Chrome fights back against Cat 3. In comes Firestorm 5. This is tremendous stuff. So much experience out there. Durable machines. Firestorm 5 away. Has to make amends for a disappointing end really in Robot Wars, the 7th championship. Has finished 3rd in Robot Wars 5 and 6, but not this time around. Oh, Bigger Brother's on the pit. Get off there. The pit is descending, and Bigger Brother were very, very nearly got the ref bot down. The ref bot descends. Bring that pit back up, says the ref bot. You don't get rid of me that easily. Cassius Chrome in trouble. What a fight this is. You're only supposed to fight each other, not the House Robots at this stage. Oh, the floor flipper wants to get involved as well. It is absolute anarchy out there. Rules? What rules? What did that come off? Cassius Chrome's in trouble. They're ganging up on the House Robots. We will remember this for a long, long time. Cassius Chrome is spiked by Cat 3. Bigger Brother wants a little bit of the action. Oh, what's happened to his eyes? The eyes have it, or used to. And poor Cassius Chrome can see no more. Thank goodness he won't see himself being hoisted up into the air. Cat 3 is in there, you can see. The Tiger Stripes and Bigger Brother on the left-hand side. Firestorm 5 remaining aloof as Panic Attack has a little nudge. The message from these competing machines, quite clear. We don't actually mind who goes through to the second round of the All-Stars as long as we take our revenge on the House Robots. Shunt, you're a big boy, Shunt, and Bigger Brother's only a wee 98-kilo machine. Come on, right yourself. You are fighting for the pride in the name of Robot Wars. Oh, the ref cap shows he's in peril as well. What on earth is going on? Oh! The drop zone's gone off. Oh dear, the washing machine dropped. That's Cassius Chrome and the attack of Bigger Brother. You can hear the ref. Listen, that's the ref bot groaning, quite literally. Shunt's toppled. How do the judges mark this, by the way? 2 machines have to go through to the second round of the All-Stars. On style, on aggression, on damage, but on control, has any one single machine been strictly under control out there? It's been sheer roboteering lunacy. Is there a full moon? He's baying for mechanical mayhem, that's for sure. And the Roboteers, you're supposed to be taking on each other, for goodness sake. Come on, Panic. Oh, no! Firestorm 5 has driven itself into the pit. Why on earth did it do that? Little Ellie Watts, only 8. She doesn't know. There's her Bigger Brother machine. Oh, the truce is obviously off. Cat 3 has spiked Bigger Brother, and at last, the competing machines are having a go at each other. There we can see the remnants of Firestorm 5 down the pit. Why was Cat 3 trying to activate the pit release. Hello? Hello? There's a machine already in there. Dear, oh dear. Insanity rules, robot wars. Bigger Brother is trying to get itself down the pit. No, sir. Well, now I've seen virtually everything here. And Cat 3 survives with panic attack. How? Don't ask me.